Welcome back, everybody, to the GeoGuessr World League. I'm your host, Bloom, joined by the legendary Jake Lyons, here to walk you through the World League week to week. We hope you've been enjoying the game so far, and we're back for our second slot of the day. Today, we had quite a few games already played this weekend, and now we're going to get a couple more. It's going to be a lovely time. We're here for the World League. It's 40 professional GeoGuessr players battling it out for 20 weeks, trying to gain points toward their world ranking, which will decide who will qualify for the World Cup this summer. It's good stuff. We're playing the game of GeoGuessr. Let's get down to the basics and talk about what this game even is. Jake, talk to me about how GeoGuessr even works.
So what is GeoGuessr? It is a game where you're given a location somewhere in the world on Google Street View, and your objective is to guess where in the world you are using the clues around you, whether that be the signage or the road lines or the landscape or anything else that you're able to use to your advantage. And once you have an idea, you open a little mini map in the bottom right of the screen, put a pin down as close to the location as possible, and you get points based off of how close you are, with 5K, 5,000 points being the maximum score.
Very nice. That's the game, and let's see how we play it competitively. These are the game modes that we run when we play GeoGuessr esports. We start with a moving game. This is where the players can move around freely with no restrictions, find whatever information they can to make a guess within 1 minute. Then, when we get to the second game, I should say, that's a no moving game. The players have one 360 panorama. That's all they have to look at. No more looking up and down the road anymore, but they can still zoom in, they can pan around, but that is it. Then, if we get to the tiebreaker, that's going to be no moving, panning, or zooming, or nmpz. That's one still singular image. All the players get, all they can look at to make their guess. Always exciting to see them. We love to see it. Let's see how the scoring system works now amongst those. So, with 3 points on offer, possible. When we have a 2-1, the winner gets 2 points, and the loser, because they still got one game, will get 1 point for the world ranking. But if we get a 2-0, the winner will get all 3 possible points and steal that possibility of the third one from the player who lost. That is it, guys. That's competitive GeoGuessr. That's what we're looking at. Let's see the games for today. Jake, talk me through what we're going to see.
I mean, we have an amazing slate of games today. We have an amazing slate of games every week, let's be real. I mean, the quality of the players is so high that every week we're spoiled. But starting off with Malfunction against Consus, two of the best moving players in the world, two of the best players in the world, let's be honest, and a super exciting match. But all throughout the day, we've got lots of great action to look forward to. And yeah, I cannot wait to watch these unfold.
Yeah, should be really nice. We're starting with two really high-quality matches, Malfunction Consus, as you mentioned, and Katzo Armani, too. Both should really excite, and that's what we're getting to start the day. Really good stuff. Stick around. Lots of matches to come. But let's take a look now at our overall standings, where we're sitting at right now in this world ranking. As I've mentioned, RC right now sitting in first place with 44 points in 17 matches, with Blinky right in his tail there, 43 points. But Consus, 35th. Not nearly as many, but only 13 matches. Anything else you're noticing here you want to talk about here, Jake?
Yeah, well, one other thing that's worth noting about Consus is that he's the only player in the league who has not lost a match yet. So even though he looks to be below Radu and Blinky right now, they have each lost at least one match. Consus has not lost a match. He's lost a couple of games, individual ones, but that is definitely something worth pointing out. And we also have a couple other players towards the top who are also on fewer games played. Finbar and Captain, for example, both only on 11 matches. So they're also a little bit lower than they will probably end up right now.
Yeah. And speaking of Consus, as you just mentioned, we're going to get straight into the first match of the day, which is going to be Malfunction versus Consus. Should be really exciting. As you mentioned, two of the best moving players in the world, so cannot wait to start out in moving. But before we get right in, let's take a quick look at these players' stats. Malfunction with a 45% win rate, but a 53% precision. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah, I think Malfunction, I mean, we see the contrast with Consus' stats, 87% win rate and 67% precision, both a good deal higher. And yeah, it's just been incredible to watch Consus' dominance so far. Malfunction is known primarily in the community as a moving player. I would say Consus is known more as kind of an all-rounder, and of course the winner of the World Cup in 2023. But you also see the long average guess time from both of those players, which indicates just how much they like to take their time when they're playing rounds. I mean, 41 seconds from Consus might be the longest average guess time in the entire league. So even though he often has a good sense for where he is, he really likes to take his time and make sure that he's making the right guess.
Yeah, and it seems to pay off for him. We do have some players who like going fast, but yeah, Consus, I think one of the longest, probably along with Trichter. But they're in, they're off. It's round one, moving, Malfunction versus Consus. Malfunction really quickly zooming in here, has a thought, thinks it's Åland.
It is going to be Åland. We have a Malfunction maybe on the 5K. Hard to say, there are a lot of bridges here, but Åland is very recognizable. It's part of Finland, but it has Swedish infrastructure and language, and also really red roads. They are currently both on the same bridge, so we may have a double 5K here. Yep.
Double 5K to start the day. You can't ask for anything better.
And like I said, two of the best moving players in the world, excellent pinpointers, very, very good at narrowing their location down. So, yeah, no better way to start than that.
Love to see it, and it takes us to round two. It's almost like it didn't happen. No damage taken. Let's see if we can see it again.
Great way to set the mood, though. Again, not every player in this league, in fact, most players in this league probably would not have been able to 5K that location as quickly as they did.
It's exactly what we were talking about, the move-in prowess.
Looks like an urban Kenya round here. What players will look for in Kenya is usually counties, which are the first level subdivisions. They're fairly easy to learn, and they show up quite often on signs. Looks like neither player has found one, but we'll see if in the last 15 seconds they're able to run into some piece of information.
Oh, it's just Edinburgh, of course.
Right.
Edinburgh,
Can't believe I thought it was Kenya and it's Scotland.
Oh, of course.
I need to lock in. Oh, it may say Moranga, because Consus is clicking there. Yeah, okay.
Wow.
It's another 5K.
Another 5K. Consus. So impressive. What a guess there. That little pinpoint last second.
I imagine maybe below Edinburgh it said Moranga. I didn't quite see it. But again, just the ability to pinpoint quickly, like once you know the town, finding the exact 5K, something Consus is so good at. And we saw that on display once again there.
I was a little too distracted by it apparently being Scotland that I didn't see anything else in the sign, but Consus did. Round 3 now, 2 times damage. I mean, Malfunction even still had a great guess, so she's only down about 100 points here.
Yep. This one will be Czechia. We had a couple... Ooh, there's a sign. I think it says... Does it say Ostrava? I can't tell because the map is covering. It does say Ostrava, which is a city in eastern Czechia, which Malfunction will know. Consus does not have the same sign. So this could be an opportunity for Malfunction. With the sign to Ostrava, we are likely going to be further east within the country.
Yeah, it seems like Consus is just opting to guess pretty central because he hasn't found anything too helpful, but he does know the country. Malfunction should win this round. Yep, she does. That's going to be some decent points. Nothing too crazy, small country, but that's going to be Consus losing just about 1,000 health there. Malfunction now with a nice lead.
Yep. And again, we've talked time and time again about Consus's consistency and just how close he is even when he's not right on the location. He's still so good at not dropping too many points. So it's definitely going to be difficult for Malfunction to take all this health away. Ooh, does he know Kaiser?
Oh, he's got it.
I think he might. Yeah, I think he knows. So Kreis Steinfurt. So Germany's second level subdivisions is around 400 something of them. So they're a pain to learn, but when you learn them, they are super helpful for narrowing down the country. Oh my gosh, Malfunction has one. She's got 1 second. Oh my goodness.
Time. Wow. Consus with the 4997, and he didn't even necessarily try and pinpoint anything.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually found the town or if he just clicked in the Kreis and got lucky, but amazing again from Consus. But Malfunction, with like 2 seconds left, saw the same info that Consus had. Even though she wasn't able to zoom in, she still clicked in the right area.
So impressive. This is that moving prowess. Two of the best moving players in the world. Obviously, we love to talk about how Blinky is one of the best, but Consus and Malfunction, so good at moving too.
Malfunction just saw province abbreviation FG, which would be Foggia, which is sort of... I would have thought that she would know that, but I'm not sure. See, Foggia. Yeah, so we have Foggia on a sign for Consus, but oh... So I think Malfunction either missed the abbreviation or didn't know it, but Consus is going to be close here, and this could be big points.
Wow, this could... Where's Malfunction? Yeah, she's down in Sicily. Trying to line something up possibly, but Consus might be right there. Let's see. Consus on it with 3 times damage. That's going to be a huge hit.
It's a huge hit. And again, it was the first mistake, really, that we've seen from either player. I think Malfunction had the info and wasn't quite able to use it, or maybe didn't see it. But, yeah, that's all it takes. Again, 2 players of this caliber, 1 mistake can make all the difference.
Sure can. We saw it there. Will we see it again round 6? Malfunction now 1,700 health. Consus sitting at 5k, close to full. I believe has only lost 1 round so far. Can Malfunction make a comeback?
How did he find the town? Maybe he had the state. Oh, it does say. I think it says Kaduna State. Okay, that's how he knew. But, yeah, he has the state and the town name, and Consus found it. So, Malfunction's pretty close. Might survive, but Consus can basically have 5k again here.
Or exact 5k. No, 4998. But it wins him the game. Malfunction was still making such great guesses, but Consus just right on top of it every time.
Just a dominant game from Consus there. He did not make a single mistake. The only place he dropped points was that Czechia round where he didn't have any signage at all. And otherwise, he played absolutely flawlessly there. And again, Malfunction is a great moving player, and she honestly played really well there. But it was mainly that 1 mistake in Italy that cost her the game.
Yeah. You lose that many points like that, hard to come back against Consus's consistency. But we move on to no move, and Malfunction makes the guess first. But we see Consus, one of those players who really takes his time, even with the pressure on. Has not opened the map with 3 seconds left. Finally does. Goes in Thailand. Who's closer? It's going to be Consus.
Wow. He takes his time, and he always makes a good guess. Malfunction, yeah, I mean... I think Malfunction likes to take her time on moving because of how good at moving she is, but we saw that her average guess time is a good deal lower than Consus's. That's probably because on no move and nmpz she kind of just gets the info she needs and just goes for it, whereas Consus, again, we've seen him every time. It doesn't even matter if he has a decent idea, he always takes his time, and you see Malfunction is going to pretty consistently, I think, be zooming in more quickly than him.
She is right now. Yeah, Consus, generally, about every time we watch him, he's always the last to open the map.
He just suspense for us, because we don't know what he's thinking about.
We never know, but then he's just right. We'll see if he is right now. Malfunction does have the map open. Consus now, too. Going North Island.
Very different ideas here.
Yeah. This could be pretty big points, even for a round 2. Malfunction, pretty far south in the South Island. Consus, far north of the North Island.
Yeah, Malfunction's just been trying to line up a road. She still hasn't found something she likes, so we'll see.
Consus! Unbelievable from Consus. What can you do against this consistency? It's so hard.
Man, it's putting on a clinic right now. I mean, these are some of the best guesses we've seen from Consus, and that's saying something. But you're seeing right now why he hasn't lost a match yet and why he won the World Cup. He is just crazy good.
Crazy good. Yeah, our first ever GeoGuessr World Cup winner in 2023. It was so exciting to watch him lift that trophy. Making a name again after only being in the quarterfinals of the last World Cup. He's coming back in the World League with a renewed passion. What can he do now? Malfunction. 2,300 health. Consus still on full, and it's round 3.
Malfunction guessing pretty far north within Peru. I do like the Peru guess. But Consus in Chile.
Wow,
Oh,
we have a Chile.
I could see that too.
I could
I'm not
see it
sure,
also.
But this could end the
wow.
game even for either
Very
player.
easily.
Oh,
Malfunction! On top
my
of
goodness.
it! With 2 times damage, that wins her the no-move game. What in the world? She broke through the consistency of Consus with one insane guess and takes us to nmpz.
The caster's curse.
The caster curse.
Just praising Consus. What a guess, though. Malfunction, not only in the right country on a tough round, but 11 kilometers away is crazy. And she takes it to nmpz.
Unreal. We're now on no moving, panning, or zooming. One still singular image is all the players get. This is what they have to guess on. And Consus actually opening the map first right now. Zooming in on the US. Malfunction yet to do so.
So like we said, Consus has won every match, which means that he's won all of his nmpz games. He's won 4 out of 4. And his round, he's won 15 out of 20 rounds. So he's won 75% of his rounds in nmpz as well. So he's been dominant so far.
Wow. We'll see if he does it here. Malfunction did just have an amazing guess. If she can get some more in nmpz, could take the matchup and be Consus's first match loss. We will see right here, right now. Malfunction switches to South Dakota. Consus in Idaho.
Now she's in Colorado.
Oh, Colorado now.
I could see any of these. I mean, these are all reasonable guesses. New Mexico.
Mexico.
Wow.
Malfunction deals a big hit to Consus's health round 1.
Yeah, so I mentioned Consus won 4 out of 4 games in nmpz. Malfunction only 1 out of 5, so she's definitely struggled a little bit more, but that is definitely the start that she wanted.
Quick Mexico zoom here. Sonora now for Malfunction. Consus has zoomed into Nayarit. We'll see where he makes his guess, though. No, he's going to go over to Baja.
Yeah, so Mexico, tricky country, very big country. They're both on the Baja Peninsula, but Consus is quite a bit further south right now. Oh my goodness, that's a 5K. What?
That's a 5K from Malfunction, and no reaction on the camera either. What in the world?
5K at nmpz on that is crazy.
That is unreal.
How did she line up the curve? That's unbelievable. Wow. Consus now on the ropes.
Seriously on the ropes. Malfunction full health, and it's only round 3. Consus less than half. She locks in North Spain near Barcelona. Consus guessing close by, but a little farther south. Malfunction's gonna be closer. Deal even more damage to Consus' health bar.
Malfunction is like possessed now. What is happening? This is crazy. That Peru guess and then these nmpz guesses have been stellar.
They really have. Now both making quick zooms. Looks like the Atacama Desert in Chile. Got the all-white road lines, very common in Chile.
But Chile, it's a big enough country, or, you know, a long enough country that Consus could lose here, depending on where the guesses end up. But Malfunction right now, I think, is a good deal further south, so Consus is thinking of switching, and he does. So now the guesses are pretty similar. Wow.
Oh, and Consus, finally with a bit of a comeback, an amazing guess. Deals 1,000 points of damage, but Malfunction still has a big lead. Consus is going to need a little bit more than that going forward if he wants to stay undefeated in the league.
And the level of gameplay right now is crazy.
Yeah,
Consus just
unreal.
getting the right stretch of road. Instalock and Vientiane from Malfunction. Consus agrees. Okay, yeah, it's. I wouldn't say it's obvious,
but they just know it.
Vientiane can look a lot like Thailand at times, especially on nmpz. It's really tough to tell, but well done by both getting that.
Very well done. Quick little 27 damage. Malfunction still with a massive lead, though. The multis are now 3.5 times damage. We're round 6, nmpz.
Is this Brazil? Or, oh boy.
This is a crazy hard round.
Oh, Senegal.
Wow.
I thought of that too, but wow. I honestly didn't think it would be. What a crazy location we have here.
Malfunction's considering it now. Consus is 2, so we are probably going to see 2 Senegal guesses here.
But again, very different areas. I mean, I have seen the coverage where Malfunction is clicking. I have seen it look like this with this camera. Oh my gosh, this is such a specific guess.
Yeah, it's so specific. Who's going to be the better
Now she's
Senegal
switching.
guesser?
Now she's just switching to TS.
Yeah, they're pretty close to each other now, playing it safe. It is good she did that. That actually maybe could have lost her the game. At bare minimum, would have been a lot of points lost. So a good last second switch.
Yep. And again, even getting the country there, as I so artfully demonstrated, was not obvious. That was, again, it might seem like everyone just clicked same country, both close, move on. But again, it was not obvious that that was even Senegal in the first place.
Round 7 now, another hard one. We have 2 Italy zooms though from both these players. I like it. It makes sense for the trees, things like that.
Malfunction
has moved now.
Now she's kind of jumping all over the place.
Another very difficult round.
I don't have any idea what this is. I mean, this is so difficult. I agree it's most likely Europe, at least, but...
I agree too. I wish we could see what Consus was doing. I think his cam is frozen here, but... It seems like he's considering Italy, bare minimum Malfunction, a Bulgaria and Italy 50-50 for her. Consus locking in southern Italy, considering north, but he keeps it south. Malfunction is in Bulgaria. The timer runs out. Who will it be? It's Spain!
Wow.
But Consus is closer, so with 4 times damage, that's a pretty big hit to Malfunction's health, even though she's going to still hold the lead. We're going to go to round 9 with a much closer game.
What a wild Spain round. And now we have
Very
Urban
wild.
India on 4.5x damage. Here we go.
Urban India.
I don't know if the players can see any language. I mean, I can't see, but there are a couple signs that they might be able to make out. Looks like they're both clicking in Hindi-speaking areas. Maybe they'll be able to guess based off of the architecture or something else, but India, a very big country, could easily decide the game in either direction.
It definitely could. Big country, big points, Jake. Round 8, 4.5 times. Both players under half health. This could be it.
Consus is in Uttarakhand, which is a pretty specific guess, but he does seem to be fairly confident about that area. Malfunction is just more in the middle of Uttar Pradesh. This could be major damage. And Consus takes it.
Consus with an insane guess, round 8, 4.5 times multiplier, wins it. What a match we just watched. I cannot believe it.
That was one of the best matches we've seen so far, like, at all. I mean, that was incredible. The guesses from both players were so good. The consistency, the level that we saw was some of the highest that we've ever seen. And Consus, extraordinary in nmpz. Maybe a little bit lucky that the round order was the way that it was, I think, because a couple of the earlier rounds, Malfunction had some really nice guesses. But Consus takes it. He remains undefeated in his matches. But what a match to start off the day.
What a match. Unbelievable from those 2 players. I cannot wait to go through and pick the best highlights from that for the highlight series on the YouTube channel. Unbelievable. It's going to be every round. I mean, what can I even say? So fun to watch, so back and forth. A great way to start the day. Guys, but it's not even all we're going to have today. Many more matches to come and even more in this time slot. So, up next is going to be Katzo versus Armani, which will also be a very nice match as well. Any thoughts on that one coming up, Jake?
I think it's going to be another great one. They were both in my group at the World Cup in 2024. I played both of them. I don't actually remember how their game went. I want to say Katzo won it because he was the one who ended up advancing. But again, 2 great players, pretty evenly matched, but pretty different play styles too. So I think we'll see that come into play here.
Yeah, should be a good time, and I'm getting word it has already started, so we're going to hop straight on in. It's Katzo versus Armani. Seems like they just finished round 2 of the moving, so we didn't miss too much.
Looks like they both got a great guess in Thailand. Katzo with a small lead. Katzo definitely known as more of a moving player. It wouldn't shock me if we see Armani make some quick guesses in this match, at least in this moving game.
It's definitely doable. We're getting a lot of our best moving players in the entire league right now. Katzo, another one of them, so we should see some good stuff here. But Armani does have a really good sign.
They're both correct.
Both there.
I think they have the town. Yep.
They're both there. A lovely way to hop right on in. A 4.998 from Armani, a 4.995 from Katzo. Amazing.
Yep. But again, we'll see if Katzo's moving experience ends up, being the difference in this game, or we'll see if we get a rural round that Armani is able to take advantage of. But what do we have here? Is this like Phoenix or?
I like Arizona. I like the Arizona shout a lot. Looks very U.S. National Bank of Arizona right there on Armani's screen. See if they can find the town.
It could also be like a Tucson or something. It does look very, very dry.
Armani kind of in the center of town. Katzo kind of trying to leave the town, hoping to possibly see some town signs outside of the city.
Yeah, definitely both have a chance at finding something, but I think Armani's more likely to get the better info. Oh, Ajo. Ajo's a town, but I don't know if he's going to know that.
He's going to look for
I
it.
think it's down south, if I remember correctly. I think he might be looking for it, but
yeah,
he's
he's trying to find it. Both going to be right there in Phoenix, so really shouldn't see too much.
Yep. Well, Armani did have a little bit of info there. He could have gotten some points off of Katzo there, but wasn't quite able to find the town. So we move round 4. 5, even.
Yeah, round 5 now. Still a very close game here, but Katzo really hasn't taken much damage at all.
Urban Russia, again, we've seen the impact that Urban Russia can have many times already in this league, but ooh, does he have anything there? I don't think any of that is info, but again, in Urban Russia, it's just kind of a panic because it's really hard to region guess. So what you're going to be doing is looking for either a town name or an area code, and whoever finds it first could end up being the winner if either of them finds anything.
We'll see if they can. See what they can do.
I still don't see anything helpful. Neither do the players. They might just end up having to vibe guess this.
Gonna be vibe guesses. 5 seconds left. Finally, the players open their maps. A Moscow from Katzo. Didn't see exactly where Armani guessed. It's Irkutsk. Armani is a tiny bit closer, but both pretty far.
If either player is able to find the word Irkutsk or an area code there, the game ends immediately. And it just shows how much impact Russia can have, but a tricky round and neither player was quite able to convert.
Moving around 6. We're in Greece.
So there was a bin that said Dimos Anatolikis Manis, which means East Mania or Mania, but I don't know what Mania is. I don't know if it's an island, maybe. But I think it might just be a vibe guess rather than anything specific from Armani, but they're both quite close to each other here.
I like the island guesses for sure. Oh, wow. It's just going to be west of them on the mainland, but far south.
Yeah, maybe that's the name of the peninsula or something, but yeah, worth noting that in Greece, sometimes the trash bins can be very good clues because they give you municipality names. Now we have a very different round here in the middle of nowhere in Kazakhstan.
Yeah, oh wow,
and
they're guessing opposite sides of the country.
Very different guesses, oh my gosh.
Absolute opposite sides of the country, and you see the difference in playstyle here. Katsu's still opting to move around even while opening the map, but Armani's basically been playing this no move. I think he's clicked a couple times, now he's clicking a bit more. But he seems relatively confident. Oh, Katsu, did he just see a sign for the road?
No, it's just a kilometer marker, I think. Oh, Armani's switching. He's decided the landscape does fit better for northeast. And Kazakhstan's such a tough country because so little information, and most of it just comes down to memorizing roads, which I think most of these players have done to some extent, but it's a huge country with huge consequences if you haven't learned it properly.
But now, much more similar than they were at the start, so they're right on it. Is that a Katzo?
5K?
5K. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What in the world?
Wow, I don't even know if there was an intersection, or I guess there was a little bit of a curve to line it up, but still getting 5K on a road in the middle of nowhere in Kazakhstan is really impressive.
Unreal. Unreal stuff from Katzo. We were just mentioning he's one of the best moving players. We're seeing a lot of it today, and we see it right there in that round. Now we're on round 8. Both players still above 4,000 health, but the multi's large. We'll see if any can deal a big hit right here.
I want to say this is urban Norway, based off the architecture, which definitely could make a difference here, depending on who ends up with the better signage.
Yeah, we'll see. Kratzu's kind of
Oh,
on a bigger
Kirkenes.
road.
It said Kirkenes on Kratzu's. The gas station said Kirkenes. That's the biggest city in far north Norway.
I think he missed it.
I don't know if the players are going to go far north or not, because it's honestly not that obvious, but Armani sees the surrounding landscape. He might realize that it's north from that.
He is going north.
Yep.
He is going north, and Kratzu's going south. This is going to be massive damage. 4.5 times multiplier. Armani, so close, will win the moving game on that.
That is, Katzo had the word Kirkenes on his screen and didn't spot it, and that made the difference. If he had guessed in Kirkenes, he would have had the knockout damage. So that is a huge swing. Just slightly overlooked that little piece of info. Wow. And big win for Armani in the moving game.
Huge win. Takes us to no move. Now the players can't move up and down the road anymore. Just 1 360 panorama is all they get. Health reset, multi reset.
Italy makes sense. We have sort of rolling hills, agriculture, white car with a long antenna. I think all of these things fit very well for Italy. And Armani agrees, although I think he's thinking about Spain, so his pin is currently in the Mediterranean.
Little swimming. Might as well do a little swimming. Katzo, Middle Italy. 15 seconds on the clock now. No multi yet, so shouldn't see too many points, especially if they're both going to be in Italy, but if Armani's swimming... Oh, he moves mainland Italy.
Oh, he's thinking about Spain. Leaves it, though.
He's thinking about it, he leaves it, and it is Italy. Good last second switch there for Armani. Katzo is a little closer, though. That's 560 down.
Yeah, Katzo, again, we'll see if it affects him, having lost that moving game when he was ahead for most of it, and I think probably went into it expecting to win. We have an Ohio state route here. Armani will see it as well. You can just about make out on that symbol, the 59. That is the outline of Ohio, which is the state-specific shield. Both of them, I assume now, will be scanning for the 59.
Armani's in Cincinnati right now. Katzo there too now.
Neither has found it yet. I think they both looked at Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Columbus. Oh my. The thing with... I don't know what Google did, but there was a recent change that made US state routes much harder to see, which is maybe why the players are struggling to find it, but they're both defaulting to Columbus here. Central
It's the
hedge.
most central. It's going to be Akron. Not too many points. 22.
And I think the players did look at Akron, but I think that the road just didn't pop out, so neither was able to spot it.
Takes us to round 3. Katzo. Still on full health now. But again, only round 3. See what can happen now. 2 times multiplier on the damage, so we'll see what happens in this US round.
Yeah, players are going to be using the license plates here for sure. Armani's pin is currently in Delaware. I mean, it definitely looks like the East Coast. Katzo in New Jersey, which I think makes sense. I mean, the plate that we see to the east is light yellow, which is definitely, I think, a New Jersey plate. So it looks like both players now have decided on New Jersey.
They have. Katzo. Right there.
Armani going very north. Not totally sure why he maybe thought it could be New York. But Katzo is still flawless through 3 rounds. Kyushu plate on this pull. Both players will know the plate, so they'll both be on the island of Kyushu. So I doubt we'll see too much damage done here.
Yeah, shouldn't be too much. Armani locks it in quick. Pressure's on Katzo to follow. Oh, he moves out to an island.
I mean,
He
the
stays.
landscape does look sort of odd, so I could see it being a small island, but he's going to stick with the central hedge.
It's good he did. Could have been some big damage. Armani is going to be closer and break Katzo's flawless here, but not by too much. Katzo still with the lead.
And Katzo definitely feeling the pressure right now after losing game 1.
Yeah, he was probably expected to win that moving game, so getting a no move now. He's having an impressive performance so far, but yeah, pressure on. Gotta lock in.
Also worth noting that Armani's best mode is nmpz. He's a very, very good nmpz player, so he knows that he's either going to win 2-0 or he's going to get to play nmpz, and he's probably pretty happy about that.
Yeah. Would love to see it get there. 3 seconds left. Katzo and Po Valley. Ooh, an amazing guess there from Armani. Katzo not too far away, though. That is going to deal 537 damage. The game is pretty close to even now. Katzo still with a tiny lead, taking us to round 6.
So close right now. This is anyone's game here.
Really is. Katzo trying to find some copyright. Seems like Armani's going to guess Peninsular Thailand. Will Katzo follow here? We have some Thai polls that are very helpful to learn for Thailand. But he's going to actually go up farther.
North. Oh my. This is huge.
Yeah, this could be big, especially if one of them's right on it. Nope, right in between them. So, some points. Katzo a little bit closer. That's 1,300 damage with the multi. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, if either of them had been right on it, that could have ended the game. But it is pretty much right between them. But Katzo maintains the slim lead here.
We have an instant Ukraine guess from Armani. I actually missed it. I was looking at what Katzo was doing. Did Armani even pan around?
I think so. I don't think he's playing nmpz. That would be a bit crazy. But
That would be a bit crazy.
he at least looked down at the car. But similar guesses again.
Katzo, wow. Very good guess. Ends up being very close, and that's 1,400 more damage. Now the point differential is huge between these two players.
It's pretty big, but with the multipliers, it can disappear so quickly. Depending on where we are here. Where are we here? Albania or something? I can't quite tell. Yeah, okay, Armani thinking Albania.
I like it. I do like the guess.
Makes lots of
Armani.
sense with the architecture that we see. Both players.
Just picked a town.
So zoomed in. He doesn't have a pin down, but it looks like he's thinking of going Albania. Gonna go for Florida, maybe. Still has not clicked. Get your pin down. All right.
Oh. He's just
Goes
gonna
for
go
Tirana.
capital. It is gonna be farther south. Armani stays alive and deals some damage there. Not gonna be anything too insane, but good for the mental. Good for keeping himself in it.
He's got 2 rounds left to make up this deficit. We've seen it happen many times before. Kenya, it's a big enough country to make a difference. I agree with the west guess. He's just kind of going for standard west hedge. But ooh, okay, Katzo's a bit more south.
He's close by though, so shouldn't see an insane amount of points here. And it probably will just take us straight to round 10, our final round.
I don't know.
Wow, or
I don't
maybe
know.
not. Katzo with an insane guess puts Armani on 748 health.
Close, but no cigar. One last chance for Armani here.
One last chance, Armani. Can he do it? This is round 10, our final round of the no move. It's 5.5 damage. It could be doable for Armani to come back, but Katzo sitting really pretty right now, looking poised to win. Can he secure it?
He's got to make sure he gets the right country here. It is not obvious. He's currently in Germany, which I do like, but it's hard to say for sure here.
It is Armani possibly thinking the same. We'll see. Katzo opts for a little more south guess in Germany now.
Yeah, Armani's map is on Switzerland, but I think he knows it's not Switzerland. I'm not sure where he's thinking of going, though.
We'll see. 15 seconds left on the clock. Time is running out. Katzo kind of committing here. Armani yet to even place a pin.
Looks like Katzo might still be thinking about France, though. Maybe that's why he's clicking southwest.
Armani place a pin. He gets it in last second. Both in Germany. Pretty close to each other. Katzo is closer. It's Luxembourg. But Katzo will take the no-moving game, and we go to nmpz.
Really impressive from Katzo. Great guesses in that game, and good job to him keeping his composure after the moving game went. Probably not the way he expected it to go. But now we get to see nmpz. And again, this is Armani's strongest suit, so it definitely should be a fun one.
This is where Armani thrives. He plays so much nmpz, and he insta-locks Senegal. Katzo to follow.
Armani has won 4 of 5 nmpz games so far in the league. He's also guessed first in 83% of rounds, so I think we might see a lot of those quick guesses from him.
Makes sense. It's going to be north. Armani's going to be a wee bit closer there, but really not much to start us off.
Worth noting, Katzo has won 5 of 8 nmpz games, so he's also been very, very strong. So this could go either way.
Could go either way. Instant zoom again from Armani. And Katzo too, but Armani a wee bit closer. Faster, I should say, and gets it in. 10 seconds left now for Katzo. He's going to take the time. He knows he has it. Going to move it a little farther north here in Argentina.
It's so fascinating to see the difference in playstyles from Armani, for example, and Consus. Consus, like, he also always has a great idea of where he is, but he just takes his time. He just wants to take it in, and Armani goes so quickly.
Putting on the pressure can definitely work. It's a valid strategy for some players.
Certainly.
Seems to be working a bit here for Armani. Currently on full health, round 3.
Yeah, here we have big skyline. Middle East is just going to be Dubai area here. Neither player's going to have too much of an issue with that. Both going Sharjah, and it works.
Works out, but Armani's still a little closer. 10 points. Quick little 10. Takes us to round 4.
Looks like Nigeria. I agree with that poll. Almost looks like a Brazilian poll, but architecture, license plate, etc. Definitely suggestive of Nigeria. But I think Katzo's a bit more west here, so we could see some damage done.
Could be doable. We have Lagos and we have Benin City. That's pretty far apart. It is gonna be east. Really good guess from Armani. Deals 1,700 damage to Katzo. Armani's still flawlessing right now, nmpz.
Yeah, ends up being Enugu. I think Armani just kind of went for more of an all-encompassing hedge, whereas Katzo just thought maybe clicking Lagos was the play, given how much population and coverage there is around there. South Africa here. Katzo a bit more south, but still similar guesses.
Such quick rounds right now. Armani guessing so fast. And Katzo not looking happy. I saw his reaction when Armani made a quick guess this round. Did not look pleased with it. Armani closer again, just by a little bit. Chipping away more damage. Armani, full health.
We see the consistency from Armani. He's been closer every single round. Just shows how good he is at nmpz. But Katzo definitely still in this, with the multipliers racking up. Instant zoom on Czechia here. Wow.
And a lock, and an instant lock, too.
It's amazing he's that confident that quickly on a round like this.
Very difficult round. Katzo needs to follow. Where will he go? He's going Germany.
Germany, Czechia border guess. Austria.
It's Austria. Armani a little closer, though.
Still Armani, just a little closer. 6 rounds in a row.
Unreal.
We said, I mean, what Let me see. What was Armani's round win percentage in nmpz? Oh, it was only 51%, but he's 6 for 6 so far in this one.
Very impressive.
This is really tricky, though.
Very tricky little US round we have by the looks of it. Armani considering a couple different states. Katzo kind of now zooming in over in Maryland.
Very different zooms, but now Katzo thinking more that area. We'll see. Armani locks it in Illinois. Armani is a great US player, by the way. It's worth noting. Where's Katzo gonna go?
Katzo places it near Chicago.
Illinois.
Wow, both in the same state. It's Tennessee. But Armani a little closer again. He just keeps chipping away that damage. That's 1,600 damage. Katzo now less than 1,000 health. He's in the red. Armani, flawless.
Just a little closer every time, although that round probably was more of an opportunity for Katzo. Armani, it was closer, but he still wasn't all that close. And now Ukraine, Armani's guess is in Russia, though. I mean, it could be Russia, too. I'm not actually sure if this is Russia or Ukraine, but Armani, he was thinking about Russia, but it looks like he's switching between.
He's switching back and forth. He's currently in Russia. Will he move it back to Ukraine? Doesn't seem like he will. Oh, hands on the face. Only 2 seconds left. It is Ukraine. And on that round 8 with the 4.5 times multi, Katzo wins the match.
The multi-merchant to end all multi-merchants. Oh my goodness. Armani wins 7 rounds in a row. And then he loses on 4.5x damage. Great guess from Katzo, has to be said, in Ukraine. Not an easy round. But Katzo probably feeling like he got away with murder there a little bit.
Yeah, I think you could see it a bit on his camera. He looked pleased with himself for taking the win, taking the 2 points, but you could tell he felt a little bad, the multi-merchant at the end. And it's sad because you saw Armani highly debating going Ukraine there, and last second decides to keep it in Russia. He even got the hands on his face and didn't move back, stayed over in Russia. But with that said, we saw the Katzo 2-1 over Armani. We saw the Consus 2-1 over Malfunction. Off stream, Strafon versus Clement went 2-0 to Strafon. Any thoughts on that particular matchup, just the one we didn't get to see?
Not too many, honestly. I think Strafon, we haven't talked a lot about him so far. I think he's played a lot fewer games, if I'm not mistaken, than a lot of the rest of the players, but I still think his record has been very, very good, and he keeps up the strong performance. But yeah, the 2 matches we saw were 2 of the best matches that we've seen so far. Both went down all the way to the wire, and yeah, just amazing gameplay from all 4 players that we highlighted.
Unbelievable way to start the day. So exciting. These are the world-class players, the players leading to the World Cup this summer. Let's check out a little video on the World Cup coming up.
Here's where it comes down to. Oh my god, I think Consus might be closer. Just by a hair.
Like he's going Finland as well. Is he come down this?
It's locked in.
Consus! Is he the winner?
Did he get it? Consus 748 damage, and he will win.
In a foreign country where he's not comfortable, like he knows it, his bones are coming off. It looks like we've got a new champion, Nobel laureate, the one who has unearthed the GeoGuessr World Cup Championship of 2024.
Guys, we'd love to see you there at the GeoGuessr World Cup this summer. It's going to be August 29th and 30th, 2-day event. We're going to be in a 3,000-seat theater. It's going to be so insane. 360 views around the players on stage from the stands. Really going to be a good time. And guys, we've added this in. If you subscribe here on Twitch, that money is going to go directly to the prize pool this summer. Going to be really exciting. Any subs will increase that prize pool. Sub up, guys. Really nice stuff. We'd love to see you there. But Guys, we're already back to more games. Let's take a look at our overall standings really quick before we head in, just to kind of see where we're at, what's going on. Consus has moved up a bit. We saw him take that win, so very nice for him. Malfunction moved up a little bit too, getting 1 point, so she's in 24th. And Katzo up there in 26th. Nice stuff. Just a nice little check-in, but let's start getting ready for this next game. It's gonna be Fao versus Kent. Should be a fun one. Jake, talk to me.
It should be a fun one. Both players in similar places in the standings, both kind of sort of mid-table at the moment. Fao with a slightly better record, but both players probably feeling like they're kind of on the edge. Again, if you want to at least qualify for your regional championships, you need to be top 60% in your region. So both players kind of on the edge of that right now. But we've seen some really good performances from Kent recently. In the wee hours time slot, we saw some great guesses, some great games from Kent. But Fao as well has been kind of hitting his stride recently, so I think this is going to be a really tightly contested game.
I think so as well. Yeah, Kent has been really performing well, and we've been saying it. Maybe 2025 is Kent's year, but at the same time, Fao not starting exactly how people expected, but has been amping up a little bit. I've said it before at the last World Cup. Fao kind of needs to ramp up that Fao engine, and it seems like he's finally doing it. You put him in the place where he is down there in 22nd. This is actually where he wants to be. This is where he starts to shine. He needs to be down to come back and do it. Let's see what happens here. We're on round one. It's moving. Kent versus Fao.
Starting in North America, looks like the US here. I mean, if it was Canada, Fao would probably already know where it was, so that's a good indication that it's the US.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see if either player runs into anything. I don't know if... I would guess that neither of them knows area codes or anything like that, but Osage Nation, that I think is in Oklahoma. Learn your Native American reservations, I guess.
I guess so. Do they know it, though? Kent has another sign. Tribal support there. He's going to Oklahoma. Oh.
I might be wrong
Is he,
about it
though?
being Oklahoma, but I think it's at least nearby if it isn't.
We'll see Fao yet to open the map. Where's he going to go?
Oh, he's got
Kent
30
places
seconds.
it in Oklahoma.
Oh my
Fao.
gosh, Kentucky, Tennessee.
Now Tennessee. This actually could be some big points for round one. Yep, it is Oklahoma. Kent, really good guess there. That already deals almost 2,000 damage on only round one.
Definitely some asymmetrical information there. I think Kent had a little more to work with than Fao did there. He had a couple of signs. Even if he didn't know off the top of his head where the Osage Nation was, he had some good clues and was able to make a good guess. But it's only round one.
Round two now. India, by the looks of it. Seems like we have some Hindi, if I'm not mistaken there.
Looks most likely Hindi, yep.
That
Can
helps
be
narrow it down a
difficult.
tiny bit, but
Yeah, it is the most widely spoken language in India, but it still eliminates pretty much the southern half or so of the country.
both players haven't found anything too helpful yet. Neither opened the map. 20 seconds left.
Yeah, I'd imagine we're probably not going to get anything too good here. I mean, there might be some city names here, but I think they're probably pretty small. So both players will just be hedging in the north of India.
Looks like it. Kent, New Delhi. Fao, nearby as well. He's going to be a little farther west. Kent, just a little closer. 232 damage.
Yep. Not too much to talk about on that one. Urban India really difficult. I mean, if you don't learn the districts and you don't learn how to read the languages, it can be quite tricky to narrow down. Got Japan
Going to
here.
round 3 on Japan.
A little home field
Kent's
advantage,
home.
maybe.
Let's see. Fao locks him
Fao,
quick.
Solid Japan player in his own right. We do have Chubu guy wires and plates, I think, here. So Fao will be in the right region, and it looks like he's just kind of hedging middle of Chubu, and wouldn't shock me if Kent does the same.
Yeah, both just right there. But Kent, wow, really good
Wow.
guess.
Yeah, heck of a guess there.
18.
Still flawless. Maybe again, 2025. Is this Kent's year?
Is it Kent's year? We've been saying it every time we see him.
I
He's been
mean,
performing so well.
Fao definitely the better moving player of the two, so if Kent is actually able to see this out, that would be a huge result for him.
Definitely would.
What does
Fao
it
has a
say?
sign.
What was their info?
Ooh.
Comune de... there is info in the bottom right. I can't read it, but maybe he can get something out of it?
It's possible. Time runs out. They're both pretty close to each other. Fao finally gonna be just slightly closer. Not gonna be much damage, only 25, but it does break the Kent flawless.
It's something at least.
Something.
Fao knows he's not out. Knows he can come back. He's certainly made tougher comebacks than this before. All depends on what rounds we get. Looks like another Italy. This one probably a bit further north.
Could be a very beautiful little town here, though, I will say.
Oh, Portofino, I feel like I've heard of it. Maybe Kent actually has something. I don't know if he's right about it being Liguria, but it might be. Oh,
These
wow.
are really big difference in guesses. The timer runs
Messina.
out, opposite sides of the country. Kent is on it! Kent's gonna win the game with that almost flawlessing Fao and moving. What in the world?
I'm kind of surprised by that because I guess the architecture and just the general feel felt much more north to me. So I'm wondering what it was that made Fao go Sicily. Maybe it was just a moment of panic, or maybe he got baited by some piece of info. But either way, I mean, Kent nearly flawless in the moving game against Fao, which is definitely not what we expected to see, but that is a huge start for him.
Yeah,
Oh, it's his
very
Baguio City,
huge.
I think.
Fao's got a sign there, so he makes a quick guess.
I think it's his Baguio City. Yeah, they both got it.
Both got it. Both right there. Kent, wee bit closer. We're on no move now, chat. They cannot move up and down the road anymore. They spawn in, they get one 360 panorama, and that's all they have to guess. Round 1, quick Philippines, they see a sign. Takes us to round 2. Only 2 damage.
Kent, quick lock in Bulgaria. I do like the guess with this architecture, with these orange roofs. Might see Fao follow suit, but he's also... Yeah, Romania's also a reasonable guess here, so...
He moves down to Bulgaria. Both there in Bulg. It's right on the border. Fao, a wee bit closer. 34
Yeah,
points.
Fao has only taken, I think, 59 points collectively off of Kent so far in these 2 games, so... Kent, he really is locked in, and I think he's playing better than he's been playing this entire tournament so far.
Yeah, agreed. He played really well last night, if anybody was in that little extra time slot broadcast. And he's playing well today. Round 3. Little Thailand. You see some Thai language, Thai pole, Thai architecture. Fao, farther east. Kent, pretty central.
Yep. Some red soil, and it's quite flat from what we can see. Both of those are indicative of sort of the eastern, sort of Isan region of Thailand. Kent has actually switched to Vientiane, which is also possible. I could definitely see this being Laos.
Possible. We'll
He's
see.
going to switch back to Thailand, though. Oh my gosh, Fao was thinking of going south, but it looks like he's going to stick in eastern Thailand.
Both kind of eastern now. It is just more central. Kent's first plonk would have been really nice for him, actually, but both pretty equidistant there. Couple little points of damage to Kent's health.
Oh,
Round
definitely
4.
under pressure now, but he knows, I mean, he's been under pressure before, and we've seen that if anything, he plays better and better the more pressure is on him, so he won't be panicking. He never does.
Never does. Both players in Switzerland now, kind of more in the flat north part.
Yep, we have the low camera, which you can tell by the big blur on the Google car. But what a guess.
And is playing out of his mind. What a guess.
Only 7 kilometers away. Such an impressive guess there.
Really nice stuff. Takes us to round 5. This is a weird one. I like North Spain a lot. I was just gonna say that, and
Yeah.
Kent zooms in there.
With the eucalyptus trees, North Portugal and Galicia is probably the best place for the players to be here. I agree with both of their guesses here.
I do too. I like it a lot. They're both there. It is gonna be Galicia. It's gonna be near the coast. Kent gonna win that round. 700 points of damage there. Kent now with a pretty decent lead, about 1,000 points.
Kent just not giving an inch so far. He's been so consistent. Is this... oh, what is this? Colombia? Ecuador?
Ooh, a
It's a bit
hard one
trickier.
for round 6. No signs, no nothing. You've got landscape, you've got a road.
Looks like we have the back of a sign. It doesn't look like it has a cross on it, but it could just be sort of a non-standard sign. Doesn't necessarily mean Colombia is impossible. Like, the fence looks very Cola, but I do like an Ecuador or possibly a Mexico. Hard to say.
Hard to say. We have a Mexico here from Kent. Fao is in Ecuador. This could be really big points with 3.5 times damage.
I think
round
Fao's
6.
pin is in Mexico, but he just switched it to Ecuador.
He switched it to Ecuador. Oh, wow. Is Kent gonna stay? Neither's locked
He
it in.
will.
Kent locks it in. Fao's staying in Ecuador. He doesn't even look too happy with himself on the camera, but it's
It is
Colombia,
Colombia.
and he will be closer with that. 3.5 times damage will win him the no-move game, taking us to nmpz.
Well, yeah. So as predicted, well, not necessarily predicted, but hypothesized, it was a bait sign. Both players presumably didn't go Colombia because the back of that sign didn't have that characteristic cross on it. But yeah, I suppose sometimes they don't have to. But Fao, at the general vibes, got the right continent, and that was enough for him.
That was enough. Ecuador and Colombia can notoriously look pretty similar to each other, so makes sense. We get into
Here we go.
nmpz. This is no moving, panning, or zooming, and we're possibly on a Canada by the looks of it. This is Fao's home turf. This is what he's most comfortable in. Let's see
He's
what he can do.
Such a good Canada player. He's in Quebec and Kent's in New Brunswick, so we could see some damage done here. Again, I would never bet against Fao in a Canada round, but this is a tricky one, to be fair.
This is a very tricky one. He's gonna stay there. Kent and New Brunswick. Fao, Quebec. It is Quebec. Really good guess from Fao to start us off in nmpz. That's 1,000 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm sure he wishes that the multipliers were a little bit higher on that round, but he'll definitely take it. Good for the mental. Solid round 1 win.
Very solid. We go on to round 2.
Kent with the Mexico zoom. I like it. I think the sun looks like it's probably towards the south, based off the direction of the shadows, which would suggest northern hemisphere. My other thought was something like Argentina, but I think with the sun direction, Mexico's definitely a good guess.
I like it. Fao, considering a CDMX guess or possibly just a hedge. Kent's very far north. Oh, Fao's pin is north in Chihuahua, actually, so they are both in Chihuahua.
I like the north guess. It does feel quite dry. So, yeah, I would believe it, but not an easy round.
Not an easy one at all. 5 seconds left on the clock. Fao's going to just let the timer run out with his pin in Chihuahua. Wow, it's north border.
Wow. Oh, like downtown Juarez. Interesting.
Very interesting. Deals a bit of damage to Fao's health, but Fao still in the lead going into round 3.
Or plot twist, it was El Paso.
Oh, imagine.
Who knows?
Who knows? We didn't get a zoom in. Round 3, an interesting
Wow.
one to say the least. Looking
What are
at
we
the
looking
ocean.
at here? Oh gosh.
Kent thinks it's the U.S. Does Fao thinks it's Australia? Absolutely opposite guesses right now on our round 3 nmpz. Kent versus Fao. He's going Kangaroo Island, and Kent's in North Carolina. Is
I
Kent gonna
prefer
move?
Australia here.
I think I do too.
Kent's thinking about it. I think it doesn't look quite right to me for the U.S. Oh, he's thinking about it. Is he going to switch though? Fao's just looking for the 5K.
He's trying if he can. He's on Port Lincoln now.
Kent still has his pin in North Carolina.
Yeah, with only less than 10 seconds, is Kent gonna move it? He opens the map again. He's looking at Australia. He does. He moves towards Perth.
He's still west, though.
But it's far west. These are gonna be really different guesses. And it is Perth!
Wow. And he wins it. Wow.
He wins the game off that when he was in North Carolina till the last second.
Wow. I was in South Australia the entire time. Kent with the switch from the US into the right state, and he still takes it despite the uncertainty. But again, Kent, it feels like he stepped it up. I don't know, something about 2025. It's his year.
It might just be Kent's year. So impressive. What a match, though. Really back and forth. Lots of really good guesses. We're getting absolutely treated today. That's 3 nmpzs already in 3 matches to start the day. Definitely not something we always get. So lots of excitement already. And of course, more excitement to come. What a day so far.
What a day. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I don't know if we've had a better set of 3 matches to start a day than this one. So,
yeah,
amazing stuff.
And only more amazing ones to come. We got a match coming up between 2 players we've actually already seen today who have both played really amazingly. Consus versus Armani is coming up. Wow, what a match. We are just getting treated today with such amazing games, and another one already straight to come. Consus Armani. Wow. Thoughts here, Jake?
This is a great one, the Dutch Derby, but again, players with very different play styles. I mean, Armani's average guess time is a little higher than I expected. Maybe he's been taking his time in the moving games, but still, Consus player likes to take his time, and I think Armani and NM and nmpz will see him guess a good deal faster. But both extraordinary players, especially, I would love to see an nmpz here, because both of these players have been so good in nmpz so far.
Yeah, they really have. And I like your note about that guess time there from Armani. I think what happens is as we move farther in, his guesses get much shorter, but it averages out because he does actually sometimes move around on moving. So we'll see. Armani there in 38th in 10 matches, I think is a really bad indicator of his actual skill set. I think he's been getting a little unlucky, and it's going to be hard for him to go up against Consus here. Consus in 3rd place, so really big difference, but Armani much better than that world ranking is showing him at.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he can do.
The thing is that everyone in this league is so good. It's like even the players at the bottom are phenomenal players, but it's like at the end of the day, there has to be someone at the bottom, and yeah, it definitely doesn't do them justice.
Definitely not. We'll see what can happen here. Round 1 of the moving game, Armani versus Consus. Seems like we're on a Brazil, by the looks of it.
Brazil, yeah. Not easy, though. It's
a hard one, yeah.
Densely vegetated, like kind of Amazonian feeling, if anything. But we'll see what the players decide on. It's not easy.
Well, we have a
very different.
and a Baya.
Oh my...
Consus! Excuse
no.
me?
What?
Are you kidding, Consus? What is that?
That's unreal. I mean, I don't think he had info. That was effectively a no moving round. They just kind of looked around a little bit, found some polls, but I didn't see any written information. What a guess from Consus.
Yeah, neither of them saw signs. It's just one of the best guesses of all time. I mean, what can you even say?
Well, here we are in Turkey. Armani's scanning. Consus, again, I think it's just a difference in the way that these guys play. They both saw the bin at the start, the trash bin, and it has a town name written on it. But Turkey has about 1,000 municipalities, and a lot of them are really, really hard to scan for. Consus figures he sees the city name, but he probably thinks, I have a better chance of finding info somewhere else than just scanning for this. And Armani is like, I've got a town, I'm just going to look for it. So, you know, it looks like it isn't going to matter because probably neither player is going to have anything here. But some of those cities are a lot harder to scan for than others in Turkey. And he's found it.
Oh, wow. He finds it last second, Armani. That is insane. Right there. That's a good comeback after losing round 1. 1,000 points of damage. Definitely something.
Yeah, 1,000 is not much compared to round 1, but it's definitely good for the mental Armani. I mean, great job. He proved me wrong. I was thinking, honestly, that maybe it wasn't the best idea to scan for the town, but it ended up being the right thing to do for him.
Yeah, worked out really well, actually. Round 3
Wow.
now.
Is this,
Oh,
is this like Inuvik?
I think it might be. There was a time in my life I could have told you exactly what this was. But it's been a minute. I recognize it. I think it is Inuvik, or... Oh, he's going a little south of Inuvik.
Maybe one of these other towns, but this Gen 2 sort of desolate-looking coverage, Fort McPherson could work too.
Definitely.
Consus going for Inuvik. I think I'd prefer Inuvik, if anything, but, I mean, some of these towns up here look pretty similar.
Armani's looking at Inuvik too. He's gonna go there. Yep. Recognizing a couple of these far north Canadian towns have this coverage like this. Nice to recognize them. Nice to know them. He's gonna lock it in. They're both right there. Great.
Oh.
It's 2 4,999s.
Well, not too much to write home about. I think both players just kind of passing that checkpoint. You got to know you're a Nuvik, but if you do, it's not going to be a very consequential round.
Round 4 now.
Is Consus moving backwards? How is he even doing that?
Yeah, how is he doing that? I was just wondering that. Some signs here now.
Masal Fasar? That doesn't sound very Spanish.
Yeah. Do you ever think we're on one of those little enclaves? No,
It could
probably
be
not.
Catalan, or
It could be, yeah.
It
That
honestly
makes
looks
more
really
sense.
weird to me. That sort of combination of letters is strange, but maybe it's Catalan. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So it's Valencia.
Yeah.
CV32. I think Consus has a little kilometer marker, so they both have a road number here. They're gonna be somewhere in the community of Valencia, but it's still a pretty big area. I don't know if either has actually found the road.
Yeah, Armani north of it and Consus south. Don't think either has really found what they want. It is just right there in Valencia. Armani's going to be a little closer. It's going to keep him alive. Going to deal a tiny bit of damage.
Yep. Not too much to say with that one. Again, Armani playing from behind after that first round, but still in with a shout here. Looks like we're in Israel here. We have these yellow plates, Hebrew and Arabic, on the sign. Might be in the West Bank.
Yeah,
But-
could be.
Again, very small area, so I doubt we'll see too many points of damage dealt here.
Armani is thinking far south, and again, Consus, as we mentioned before, yet to open the map as he does. So we have an idea what Armani is thinking. We don't know what Consus is thinking. But he should know it's Israel. Will he guess north? Oh, he actually comes across a pretty big sign here. Is it helpful enough? Doesn't seem like he can read it.
Yeah, Consus is going just south of Palestine. Armani is currently zoomed further south, but he does go in that same area now.
Oh yeah, both in Beersheba. It's
And
just
it is
West Bank.
Palestine.
Yeah. just
Well, I mean,
Palestine.
I think
The
we
wave.
saw-
The
we saw-
wave.
Yes, you gotta love the wave. We saw some Arabic on the signs there, and I think for the most part in Israel, outside of Palestine, or I have to choose my words carefully here, but you know what I mean. When it's
Yeah.
not in the West Bank, you don't often see Arabic, whereas I think it made a lot of sense for us to be in Palestine there with the double language on the signs.
Yeah, agreed. We move on to round 6. Both in Oaxaca. It does say...
It says OAX is
Yep.
a little state abbreviation there. Teotitlan de Flores Macan is the town. I don't... Did Consus find it, or did he just... I don't know.
I don't know. Timer just ends up running out. Wow, Consus. He did just find it. That's a 4,997 and a huge hit to Armani's health. That takes him to 617 health.
Just hanging on by a thread here. Santiago de Pillaro? I have not heard of that. I think we're in Ecuador here. Not exactly what Armani wants. small country down by this much, but
Yeah, we'll see if Armani can get it closer. Yes, Armani really not moving around as much as Consus does. Now he is. Now he's moving around a little bit more. He does see some signs here, but it seems just like their ads. There's a bus. Can you read the bus?
oh,
That's
sign
an
for
important
Quito.
sign.
Tungurahua. So Tungurahua is a province, and it's quite small. It's the one with Latacunga in it. I think he's looking at the borders right now. Or wait, it's the one with Ambato in it. Oops. Either way,
It's okay.
he is in the right province, and Consus currently isn't. We'll see if he switches or not, but Armani will get some points out of this.
Probably will. Yeah, he's there. Great guess from Armani. Again, small country shouldn't be insane, but 4 times multi makes it 1,200. Consus still with a decent lead, but good for Armani to stay alive, stay in it, and deal a bit of damage. Hopefully he can deal more if he wants to stay in it. Now we're on round 8, 4.5 times damage. Only 3 rounds left, including this one.
Urban Brazil here. Players are just going to be looking for area codes. That's what you do in Brazil. It says MS, I think, so that suggests Mato Grosso do Sul, but Armani may have an area code here? I can't quite tell. I think he does. Yeah, it's probably a 67, which is the entirety of Mato Grosso do Sul. So both players might get the state, but Armani, again, he could still lose easily on a Brazil round with how big the country is.
Yeah, we'll see. They're both there. 10 seconds left. Neither is locked in. Armani Campo Grande right now. Oh, and Consus too, actually. So if they both stay there, we might see no points. We might see just a couple. Let's see. Right on top of each other once again.
Wave?
Armani. Yeah, wave? Wave? No wave now? You were going to wave earlier, but you're not going to wave now? Oh, come on. Round 9. Guys, 2 rounds left. Armani could still do it. Let's see. Gonna be hard, though.
Looks like Colombia, maybe? We have a white signpost. You get a lot of those in Colombia. Armani just locking the middle, saying, what the heck? Going for it.
Just gonna send it.
Oh, that might be a road number, but he's probably not going to have time to scan for that. Maybe.
He's looking around a little bit.
I think he's found the
Did he
road,
just
maybe.
find it?
Yep.
Oh my god, he did. Consus finds it last second, drops the GG, and wins the moving game.
Wow, that's kind of insane that that was actually a national road. That was like a tiny dirt road, but somehow it was one of the numbered roads. But Consus finding a kilometer marker, knowing where to find the road number on the marker, and immediately finding the road. So excellent job from Consus, that moving experience coming into play, and he takes game 1.
He takes it. He does it. Very impressive. We're on no moving now. 1 360 panoramas. Now all the players get. No more moving up and down the road. We spawn in round 1 on what appears to be a Russia. Big country, possible big points, but no multi yet. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it does look like Russia here. Yeah, we won't see the end of the game, but we still could see big damage. Definitely a tricky round. And the players, what they do, I mean, you look at the antenna as one of the most helpful clues for region guessing Russia. That alongside just the general landscape and soil color. But even no matter how much Russia you learn, there are still some rounds that are just so difficult.
Yeah, we have Kazan now by Consus. Armani farther east of him.
Yeah, Armani's in Perm. I mean, the soil is pretty red. Like, I could see Perm working, but there's just a lot of places with red soil.
Wow.
Kostroma, okay.
She can be farther north. Consus steals 1,100 points right now on no move to start us off. Round 2.
And Armani knows he wants to get to nmpz. He's got to win this one here. He probably expected to lose the moving game, even though he did manage to win it against Katzo. But he feels more comfortable now, but again, Consus is so good at every mode. It's like, it's really hard to beat him no matter what angle you come from.
So difficult. Armani, we saw how amazing he was in nmpz all the way in just till that last round against Katzo. So if he can get there and he can keep something like that up, he could take it. We'll see, but he's got to do the no move. He's already down about 1,200 health right now. Consus right now zooming. Tecate?
No, but Tecate, that's a beer brand. I mean, it's a town too, but like, he sees an ad for Tecate beer, but surely that doesn't mean we're in. I mean, maybe, but
wow, it's okay. Just gonna be Middle Chihuahua.
He ended up switching to Sonora last second, actually. But yeah, sometimes beer companies are named after towns, but oftentimes not the best thing to trust.
Yeah. He does move it though, and he does get a little bit closer. He extends his lead as we move on to round 3 in Brazil.
Urban Brazil, so difficult when you don't have an area code and you're just playing no move. A lot of the cities can look really similar to each other, and the vegetation is a lot harder to get a vibe for. Because like the palm trees you see are just planted; they're not natural. So yeah, it's hard to say. Armani going for Santa Catarina. I like that with the pavement that we have on the road. Consus has not zoomed, but he's going, yeah, pretty much same exact area here.
Wow, yeah, so close to each other, but Armani's a little bit closer. Gonna break the Consus flawless. 376 damage there.
Yeah, I mean, getting the state, honestly, on an urban round like that is really impressive from both.
Yeah, very. Round 4 now. Trying to look at the bins. Should be the UK.
Yep, got these yellow back plates and white front plates. This is what you see in the UK. Armani with a quick guess. I didn't actually quite see where his pin was, but it looks like maybe southern England.
Yeah, both just kind of central south in England, and it is south of both of them. Consus, couple more points of damage down to Armani's health.
Armani's still playing from behind, but not too far behind. Round 5. Is this the US or?
Weird one. Oklahoma, quick lock from Armani. Consus kind of zoomed in a similar area, but no plonk down yet. Let's see where he places the pin.
And we see the difference in play styles. Just Armani, when he's moving, he takes his time sometimes, but in no move nmpz, he's just like, I got an idea, I'm going for it. Worked out for him there.
Works out really well. Armani now with an 1,000-point lead. Really great place for him to be. Round 6. 3.5 times damage now.
Urban Taiwan. I don't know if there's an area code. Area codes are generally helpful. Consus might have seen one just now. So he's gone for Tainan. Armani just went ahead and sent. Yeah, Consus I think knew the area code.
Consus recognized it. That's a 4995. That's huge damage on our round 6 here. Consus takes back the lead, but it's a close game.
Back and forth here. Very, very intense.
Oh, beautiful round. Yeah,
That's
I would
Hawaii.
guess.
Yeah. Very cool. But it all comes down to what island it is, because that's not always obvious. Both going for Oahu, which I think makes a lot of sense here. I mean, it looks fairly built up. There is an island off the coast, which might help. Yeah, might be that thing there.
We could see 2 really impressive guesses here. I think they're both right there on the same road. I really like it. They're lining up that island. Consus gonna try and line it up. The road looks good. The road angle looks good. Oh, but it's farther south. Armani ends up being closer. The 4996. Quick little 72 damage. Evens it out just a little bit more, and we go on to round 8.
3 rounds to go. Basically dead even here. No idea how this one's gonna go. But this one looks a good deal trickier. I don't know, France maybe? It was.
This is a hard one.
We
have like 2 little houses there. Kind of helps a bit. Some trees. And I think it's a dirt road, or is it paved? Paved, I guess.
Both
France
in France, or is Consus going Luxembourg even? Hard to say.
Yeah, I think Armani might have just moved into the water too, if I saw that correctly. Is he gonna do a little swimming?
That would be bold at this level of multipliers. He's going back to France. Guesses are still a little bit different though. Probably not enough to end the game, but we could see Armani take the lead here. Or vice versa.
Near Paris. Armani farther south. It's far west.
Brittany. Consus maintains the slim lead. Now 2 rounds left.
Only 2. 10-round limit. You gotta do it in 10. It's round 9 now. 5 times multiplier.
Oh no, it says Diponegoro. I wanted it to be a Cabo button. I don't think that's information though. So the players are going to have to guess based off the architecture instead.
Which is going to be hard to do. Indonesia. We have a central Sulawesi zoom in from Consus. Armani gets to open the map. This is a big country, big points. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of metal roofs. I mean, generally, in urban environments, Java will have tiled roofs. So metal roofs you'll see more in places like Sumatra, Kalimantan, and Sulawesi. Consus is in Sulawesi. He's going Gorontalo, so this is almost surely game. They're both in Sulawesi, but they're on other opposite ends of the island. Consus, again, worth noting. Consus, amazing Indonesia player, so we'll see if this is the round he needs.
Timer's up, and Consus! What in the world? He's on top of it. That wins him the no moving game and the entire matchup. Wow, what a game.
Consus just crazy good. I don't know how he knew the city there. Like, I don't know if there was a piece of info on that sign or if he just region guessed it based off the road angle and the architecture, but like, unbelievable from Consus. And it, like, again, we see why he hasn't lost a match yet. Just insane consistency from him. Every single match.
Really unreal. And his 2 matches today, you know, did put on a little pressure, but yeah, that consistency, that consistency is just too hard to beat. So impressive. Let's take a look at what happened this slot, what's to come, what went down off stream. Finbar got a 2-0 over Sadu. Katzo a 2-0 over Yanek. Thoughts there, or thoughts on what's coming up, Jake?
Katzo keeps up the strong run of form. He beats Armani and then gets a 2-0 against Yanek. And then Finbar as well. Again, a player who we haven't talked as much about just because he's lower in the standings because he hasn't played as many matches. But he has one of the highest points to matches played ratios in the entire league. And he keeps it going.
Yeah, he keeps it up. But guys, we're going to have a very short little break. When we come back, it will be Gingi versus Sadu. But we have a little special thing going on. If you want to leave any questions in chat or any statements of who you're rooting for, things like that, we're going to pick a winner during this little break who's going to win 1 free month of GeoGuessr. So throw a little question in. It'll get pinned. If you win, we'll answer it on stream when we come back, and you'll win a free month of GeoGuessr. But when we come back, it's going to be Gingi, Sadu. Stay tuned. Only more amazing games to come today. We'll see you then.
Thanks, GeoGuessr, for letting me become part of your world so quickly, and that I got a chance to see Blinky lift the trophy after that insane grand final. It was an experience I'll never forget. So now, with 2025 right around the corner, I have an idea.
Now, don't get me wrong, I love Sweden. We've already had the World Cup there twice. GeoGuessr 2025 World Cup. Denmark. So to all you GeoGuessr fans out there, let me show you what Copenhagen has to offer. Fancy architecture. Easy to recognize signs. We have historic buildings. Red roads. A royal family. World-class dining. A super cool theme parks. We got the best beer in the world. Presumably. So, when you're done exploring the city, when you've tasted all the varieties of smørrebrød and you've found out the true meaning of hygge, we'll meet here.
Where Winston Churchill laid the foundation of what would become the European Union.
Long live the cause of freedom.
Where big-time artists like Rolling Stones, Louis Armstrong and the Beatles have performed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I welcome you to Copenhagen and the KB Hall, the venue of the 2025 GeoGuessr World Cup Finals. Oh, and there will be a bar.
Welcome back, everybody, to the GeoGuessr World League for the slot 2 of the day. I am your host, Bloom, joined by Jake Lyons. Walking you through the games week to week. It's been a lovely time. We've had an amazing set of games so far today, and I'm sure only more amazing ones to come. Hope you've been enjoying. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Let's take a look at our standings really quickly and see what's going on later today and what has already gone down. It's going to be Gingi versus Sadu first. But these are our standings. This is what we're looking at, okay? Consus has made it his way up to 40 points now, starting the day with 35. Finbar played earlier and has now shot up to 6th place. Katzo with a big jump too, now in 18th. Malfunction and Kent have also moved up on the day.
Yep. And Gingi and Sadzi are our next two players. We see them similar places in the table, or at least similar ratios so far. Gingi with 21 points in 14 matches, Sadzi with 18 in 11. So both doing pretty well, still outside of that top 12, which is what they would need for the auto qualification spots to the World Cup, but still feeling like they definitely at least have a good chance at making the regionals. So yeah, that next match should be a fun one.
I think it will. We'll get right into it right now. It's going to be Gingi versus Sadu. As you said, both sitting on a similar win rate here. Gingi with 50% there. And a 48% precision. Impressive stuff. But yeah, as you said, for the amount of matches they've played, their win rates are really similar. So nice stuff. They both kind of want to move up here. So we'll see what happens.
Yep. Really similar win rates. Exactly the same precision rate. And almost exactly the same guess time as well. So very similar stats, similar play styles, I would say. These are both players who favor no move and nmpz. So we might see some quick guesses in the moving game. But I also know Gingi has been practicing a good amount of moving recently, so we'll see. Maybe he'll do some more time taking in this one. But again, very, very similar experiences so far for each of these players. And I think that, yeah, this is going to be a very tightly contested match.
I think it will be. Should be really fun. Gingi, that America's regional winner. And, you know, he's doing pretty well. He's got 21 points, 14 matches, but I will say in some capacity, performing a little less than people expected. So we'll see what happens here. We get straight into round one. It's Gingi Sadu. Gingi, even though it's moving, did not move around, is already zoomed into where he wants to guess. And
yeah, you wouldn't know it's moving. But Sadu probably going to be in a similar area. One of these, it's going to be one of these lakes in southern New Zealand, but we'll see if we can get the right one.
Gingi, what in the world?
Who needs to move? Not this
Who
guy.
Who needs it? Not Gingi. Insane guess, gets the road right, but didn't even zoom in enough to actually be on the road, but definitely what he was looking to guess. Great way to start. Round two now.
This urban Brazil. There's so much urban Brazil in this moving map, I feel like.
There is.
Honestly, I'm not sure there's a single more helpful set of information to learn than Brazilian area codes for this map, because there have been so many rounds where they've come in handy.
Oh, wow. It's going to be just border Bahia Espírito Santo, and Sadu will be closer. Gingi didn't look around at all.
It was Gingi who guessed first. Again, really surprising that in an urban round he wouldn't go look for an area code. He just kind of tried to vibe guess, but in that case, didn't really work out for him. He was 800 kilometers away and drops over 2,000 points.
Yeah, if I had to make an educated guess on why he's doing that, we've seen in some previous games earlier in the league that he has opted to move around, but being a player who's not very comfortable with moving, I think maybe today he's decided, you know what? I'm not going to try and move. It's not what I'm good at. Let me just make these quick guesses, and maybe it'll pay off. We'll see if it does, though. Sadu with a quick lead. He's got to follow Gingi's fast plonk on round 3.
Yeah, maybe it's just an overall strategy change from Oh my goodness, Sadu.
And Sadu gets the town?
I don't know if he had something or if that was just an insane guess, but wow.
Wow, that is crazy. Gingi now on 1,400 health, and it's only round 4.
Strategy not working so far, apparently, for Gingi. Again, like, against somebody who's like an experienced moving player, I would expect Gingi to make fast guesses, but Sadu is more of a no-move player anyway, so he still feels, you know, he's still in his comfort zone even when Gingi guesses fast, and I think we're seeing that here. Sadu he's not panicking, he's taking the time that he has, and he's outguessing Gingi so far.
He is. Round 4 seems to be a Philippines.
It does. Oh, Central Visayas. Okay, that's a region, which is helpful. It includes like Panay, or I think it's mostly Negros Cebu kind of area, which is where Gingi zoomed in on. Normally you get provinces, not regions in the Philippines, but regions are still helpful. But it's a similar guess from Sadu. I think he's in Eastern Visayas, but he's pretty close. Oh, Gingi moved to Leyte as well.
They're right on top of each other there. It is just going to be on the island of Cebu, I think, there.
Yep.
262 down to Sadu's health, but Gingi on the ropes.
Certainly. But, again, we've seen crazier comebacks than this. And, oh boy, oh, it's Polish. This is good for Sadu. He might even be able to win here on his home turf.
Let's see.
Does he have a
very
town?
specific town?
He's got an area code. It was 062, I think, is an area code, which I think Poznan is 062, if I'm not mistaken. So
he guesses it.
He may be pretty close here. Gingi's going to need to make an okay guess to survive here. He's pretty far away.
South. Yeah, he's pretty far. This is probably going to be some pretty big points, especially if Sadu's right, but he's not. It's in between them. That'll deal a big hit to Gingi's health, but he is alive.
I don't remember if it's... Maybe Poznań is like 061, or maybe it's just a really large area. I'm not quite sure, but Gingi, a little bit fortunate that it ended up being down there because he survived to see another round.
And a quick Estonia round will deal a little more damage to Gingi and just take us to round 7.
He's alive. He's just alive. Again, all it takes is one round. He can get all those points back. He's doing just about what he needs to do to stay in this. It's another Baltic round. Just the instant guess.
Latvia guess.
It is going to be Latvia. I wonder if Sadzu can win, though.
Oh,
it's close.
I think he might on that. He
No.
doesn't. Gingi's on 50 health.
Oh my goodness. What are we seeing? Imagine if we see the comeback here.
With round 8, 4.5 times multiplier, Gingi could do it. He does a quick pan around, and he's just going to make a quick guess. He's going Iceland. It looks like it. Guesses a specific town north.
Like Akureyri, looks like we have mountains east and west, so I think it probably is Akureyri. So I think
Sadzu going there too.
Yeah.
They're both right on it. Gingi's closer. It's going to take us to round 9 with Gingi on 50 health. 9 damage going to round 9.
this is crazy. Sadzu, he's just been more consistent throughout the game, but like we said, all it takes like Mexico
Gingi is
absolutely
a
make the difference.
very good Mexico player.
Instantly goes Monterrey. I don't know if that's just a vibe guess or if he saw something written, but pressure is on Sadzu right now.
He's going sort of close by, but farther south, and it's way farther south. Sadzu, with a more south guess, will win on that.
The longer that went on, the faster Gingi played. He picked up the pace and kept on doing it. But Sadzu kept his cool, made good guesses, and just outlasted him.
He did it. We saw the insanely impressive guess round 1 from Gingi, and then Sadzu just went on a tear, taking us to no moving. 360 panorama, no moving up and down the road anymore. Not that that will change much for Gingi's playstyle.
Nope. He wasn't
No, it will
doing
not.
a whole lot of moving anyway, so I think he'll be happy with this mode switch. But again, Sadzu, an excellent no-moving player as well. These players very evenly matched, so it all comes down to what the rounds are. And again, like we said, Gingi maybe didn't make the best Mexico guess in that last one, but he is a great Mexico player, and now that he is able to take his time, we might see a better guess from him.
Yeah, we'll see. He really is taking his time here, which is surprising. So, has a guess down, has a pin in, hasn't locked it in. Let's see. He just lets the timer run out, and he's on it.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, I was just saying he's one of the best Mexico players in the world. This is what he needed in the last round. But he does it in no move, a great way to start.
That is what I would call a better guess there.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Unbelievable.
Now, I think Uruguay, yeah. Gingi immediately clicking the coast. There is some water nearby, and maybe the vegetation is more coastal. But Sadzu opting to go more in the center of the country.
Yeah. Sadhu now seems pretty far west, I think, if I saw that right.
Yeah, now he is. I think they might just be
so,
looking at
yeah.
that body of water. It might just be a river.
I think it does look like a river, so Gingi actually on the south coast. I don't know how I feel about it. He's moving, he's looking around now. Debating the Uruguay River.
Yeah. Sadzu seeing if he can find the hotel, but probably isn't in the right town. Hard to say where we're going to be, though.
Yeah, Gingi moves a little farther north now. Realizes probably not the ocean. Kind of slightly more central now, and it's just far northeast.
It's the Brazilian border.
Wow. Crazy little location there. Does extend Gingi's lead though, but it's not too big. With the multis racking up, still anybody's game.
I would guess maybe Dakota's here. Gingi has the same vibe here. Rolling hills, kind of empty plains. Makes a lot of sense for this area. But still not easy, and it's still quite a big area, so we could see some damage.
Definitely possible. Sadu. Colorado-Nebraska border. Gingi, South Dakota.
Yeah, I could see Nebraska here too, for sure.
Let's see. I mean, US is really big, so even neighboring states can be big points. It is Nebraska. Sadu, a little closer. Gonna be a little bit of a comeback there. Is it enough to take the lead? It isn't. We're on a 22-point game now.
Yep, nice guess from Sadu getting the state there. Of course, not very much to go off of there. And here we have Malaysia. Gingi thinks. I could see that for sure. Not immediately obvious on the country. Looks like he's hesitating a bit, but seems like he likes Malaysia.
Seems so, Sadu.
Do we have
Gotta
black
open the map.
stickers on the polls? We might. I
Yeah, hard to tell.
can't tell.
I'm not seeing any particularly, so...
I'm not sure Sadu is either. He looks a little bit perplexed. Gingi is sticking with Malaysia here. We'll see. I mean, who knows what Sadu's thinking right now. He's going Indonesia.
Going Indonesia. He's southern Sumatra and Lampung.
Yeah, I'm honestly not
South
totally
Sumatra.
sure what this is.
Oh, wow.
This is a huge difference.
Huge differences here. It is going to be mainland Malaysia and Gingi going to deal 4,160 points of damage, putting Sadu on 1,000 health. Wow.
Big guess from Gingi there. He did have his pin in the west for part of that round too. If he had guessed in the west, I think he would have won right there. But Sadu stays alive, lives to see another round, and it's not an easy one.
Definitely not an easy one, but he's thinking Mexico, and he has a guess into Sadu. Again, yet to open the map, we're seeing that Gingi speed here. And he is so good at Mexico. We saw it earlier in this no-move game. Is he going to pull it off again? 30 seconds left now. He locks it in. Sadu, the pressure's on. You've got 10 seconds. He's debating Indonesia and Mexico. Thanks for letting us know what you're thinking, Sadu. Will you now get it right?
Is he going to go Indo? He is going to go Indo. And Gingi, 26 kilometers.
What in the world, Gingi?
Wow. Oh my god, the Mexico guesses from Gingi are insane. Wow.
Unreal. And you see his face cam too. Light work, no reaction from Gingi. Look at him. So calm, so collected. We're gonna get nmpz. Guys, it's no moving, panning, or zooming. This is our tiebreaker. One still singular image is all they get. What can they do with it? Let's see it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, insane Mexico guesses from Gingi in that no-move game.
Yeah. Unreal.
Now we have NMPZ. Both players good NMPZ players. Sadu has won 5 out of 7 so far, and Gingi's won 2 out of 4. So, but their round win percentage is basically identical. So, oh my
wow.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
Gingi missed to Mexico.
How the tables have turned.
Wow. The tables have turned. How the turntables.
I mean, the Mexico-Colombia coin flip is one of the toughest coin flips in GeoGuessr, especially in NMPZ. They can be so tough to tell apart, and yeah, you saw that in action there.
Very difficult. Now Gingi's on the ropes just like that. We're only on round 2 NMPZ. Both in Ukraine. Opposite sides of that main river there. Gingi far west. Let's see it. It is far west. Gingi, that's a comeback. 1.5 times damage. Gonna deal 1,500 points there. Sadu, still a big lead.
Yep, well, it's good for Gingi to hit back there. He's behind. He knows he needs to make the comeback, but he's certainly capable.
Certainly capable. We spawn in on the next round, round 3. The still singular image. Gingi thinking Quebec. Sadu leaning into the monitor. Trying to see anything he can. All you've got's a dirt road and trees. That's it. Clear blue skies.
Yep. I mean, I like the Canada guess. We have quite a wide road, which works for North America, and the vegetation feels quite cold, quite northern. So I do like Canada, but again, even if it is Canada, it's obviously a huge country, so who knows where within it we are. And Sadu, I mean, who knows? He might be thinking Canada, or he might be thinking something completely different.
Yeah. Sadu, you got 10 seconds left.
Gingi considering Manitoba. Sadu still has not opened the map.
Oh, he
and
opens
he's gonna
it.
go Europe.
He's going North Finland. A Finland and a Canada. And it is Quebec, Canada, Gingi on it. That's gonna be crazy way to come back after round 1. He's gonna take nmpz on round 3.
Wow, a 3-rounder. What a crazy game. Very back and forth. Again, definitely fortunate for Gingi that the multipliers were in the order that they were. For example, had that Mexico round been anything but 1x damage, he would have lost right there. But that's the game, and there's a lot of randomness and a lot of back and forth involved. But yeah, really intense match. Again, so much nmpz today, so many great games, and we are very lucky to watch these guys play.
Yeah, seriously. What a day this has been. We've been treated recently. Our last couple broadcasts, Jake, have been phenomenal, if I do say so myself.
Truly.
And again, only more amazing stuff to come. We do have another match coming up in this time slot. It's going to be Clement versus Finbar. People have been asking in the chat where Finbar's at. They want to see him, so he's coming up, and he's going to be versus Clement. Should be a good one. Jake, let's talk about it. Do you have any thoughts?
I'm really excited for this one. Again, players with pretty different playstyles. Clement, definitely more of a no-move nmpz-oriented player. Finbar is as well, I would say, but Finbar is a very experienced moving player as well, so we definitely might see some, I would guess maybe some quick guesses from Clement in the moving in particular. But Finbar, as we said, he's been playing so well in the league so far. His win rate, 78%, that is phenomenal, one of the best in the league. And yeah, I can't call this one. I can't call any of these matches. They're all so close, but it should be a close one.
I think it will be. Should be exciting. Yeah, but that 78% win rate is just unreal from Finbar. That's so... He's just so hard to beat.
He really is.
We'll see where they stand. That 78% win rate has Finbar at 6th place and in only 12 matches. Clement, with 10 matches, is in 36th place with 12 points.
Yeah, again, 12 and 10, it's not a terrible win rate. I mean, it's probably below where he needs to be, but it's also like, it's not like he's been playing that badly. He's played fewer matches than most of the players in the league. He's still very much in it. So, we'll see. Insta-lock in Chihuahua. Again, he's just like, what the heck? I don't need to move. Finbar lining up the road, though. So we see the crosses on the back of the sign. So those are common in Colombia, but within Mexico, you mostly see them in Chihuahua, which is why both players are in Chihuahua, and Finbar just nails the road.
On the road, 27 kilometers away. That's 887 damage.
He's vibing to the music. The man's always got his music playing.
You got it, Jake. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
But you're not a music guy, right? Well,
not when playing. It totally distracts me. I don't know how people do it, but no. Finbar's not the same without his Gracie Abrams and his Taylor Swift.
He needs it. It helps him. Round 2 now.
This
1.5 times damage.
We had Kannada language. I think Finbar may be in the wrong state here. I think the language was Kannada rather than Malayalam, so I'm gonna guess Clement's... Oh, wow. That's kind of fortunate for Finbar, because he was in the wrong state, but it kind of worked out for him.
Yeah, you can see Clement a little disappointed in that. He was in the correct state, just farther away overall.
Round 3, we have Stoby poles, which are those classic South Australian poles, one of the best-known GeoGuessr metas. But the players will move around because South Australia is very big, and if they can get a town name, they could still get some serious damage here.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, again, those Sobe poles are those poles with brown on the outside and sort of a lighter tan beige on the inside. Very helpful for South Australia. You can see him on Finbar's screen right there.
He's got a sign as well. B12, pointing to Adelaide, a couple of smaller towns. I don't know if he has the B12 or not, but Clement just moving, looking for something.
Is he going to find any of these towns?
I don't know. He's just north of Adelaide right now. I'm not sure if he's found anything on the map. Similar guesses for now. Oh.
Yep.
Okay, Clement moved a little bit, but it's just east.
Going to be southeast there. Finn, closer. Extending that lead on round 3, taking us to round 4. Clement's got 3,700 health. Finbar, flawless.
US here, California, Las Vegas, San Bernardino. We might be in like Barstow or something.
Yeah.
One of those sort of desert towns.
Yeah, like where Clement is. Gonna have Baker here.
We're along I-5 here. Or is it 15? It's 15.
I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that makes more sense. Yep.
That is where Clement is. Right off the 15 there.
But it's all about what town we're actually in. Clement,
Yeah.
getting on the road, maybe looking for an exit number or something. Finbar is still off the highway. But there was a state route, so I wonder if they're scanning for the state route. But again, the state routes are so hard to find now. Thinking about Barstow. Or does Finbar have it? Maybe? I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're both kind of in, but they're just both basically in Barstow, so we'll see here. Is that a
5K.
Clement 5K? It is.
Nicely done. He didn't look necessarily super confident about it, but he zoned in on, or honed in on it by the end of the round, and impressive.
Very impressive stuff. You called Barstow too. Great shout.
Yeah.
Round 5.
This will be Po Valley, signs for Milan, Bologna, Mantova. Those are all cities in this area. Both players looking at different signs, but I assume they have similar info.
Let's see if they can line anything up.
Probably along one of the major roads, one of the A roads here. Given it's divided, but... well, I don't know. I mean, both players will be close here either way, even if there's a lot of info, sometimes just too much. It can be hard to narrow it down, but they should be pretty close.
Should be. Have really lots of information on this round, but neither of them able to pinpoint super precisely. Clement seems like he's trying to. He might actually have a road here. He's lined up something. He might like it, but Finbar is actually the one on it. 4995 for him. That's 180 damage there to Clement's health bar because Clement's so close as well. Really nice round.
Yeah, nicely done by Finbar narrowing it down. Again, those rounds with that much information can be pretty tricky to figure out. But both players doing a nice job there. And now we have a Spain.
Nice little Spain action. 15 seconds in. Finbar has a pin on the map. And he's locking it too. Pressure's on for Clement now.
He's got a couple town names, but they're tiny. I don't know if he's going to know what those are. Oh, there's a road number, though. Oh, boy. Is it AL? It might be AL. That would be Almeria.
Oh, it's not?
No. Was it AR?
I don't
For
know.
Aragon, maybe? I'm not sure. But
It might
that's
have
game.
been that wins Finbar the game. What a guess, and so quick too.
Yeah. I mean, Finbar might have seen a piece of info, because otherwise I'd be surprised that he guessed that fast. So I didn't see it on his screen, but there was probably something that Finbar found that allowed him to solve that round.
Very good stuff. Very impressive stuff. Clement, gonna need a comeback here. We're going on a no move. 1 360 panorama, as I keep saying. We're in Brazil.
More Brazil. We've had quite a bit of Brazil today.
Yeah.
Another urban round here. Could be so tough. Finbar instantly in Sao Paulo. Clement's in a similar area, at least his map is. I don't know if we see the poles. I mean, so I'll probably get a lot of round poles. I don't know if we see round poles. Maybe that one by the sun is, but it's really quite hard to see.
They're both Sao Paulo.
Maybe a round pole then. There's not too much to go off of here.
10 seconds left. Both players have pins in. The timer's just going to run out for them, it seems. Neither's going to lock it in before the minute ends. There. Clement does it. Finn does it as well. They're right on top of each other. It's Brasilia.
Wave.
Finbar
Yes.
waved. Thank you, Finn. Oh, and Clement waves too. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. You gotta. It's the polite thing to do if you're on top of your opponent.
Indeed.
Round 2 now.
Okay. I mean, I could see. I don't know if those bridges line up, but I like the idea. I mean, it's Botswana. It's a random bridge. You don't see a lot of these bridges like this in Botswana, so they're thinking probably we're in a town, and they're seeing if they can find a bridge that lines up. It looks like Maun in terms of the soil color, but the bridge angle isn't quite right.
Yeah, it's very east-west here. Both in similar areas regardless, so we'll see if they can line anything up. They've still got 15 seconds to do it, but 15's not much. Clement staying in Maun. Finbar
Looking at
close
Francis
to
Town,
Maun.
but he's still going to stick pretty close to it. Going to hedge a little further east, close to the salt pans. And it is east.
It is east. Finbar closer. Deals some damage there, but a close game nonetheless. We're going into just round 3 now.
He is vibing.
Vibing. I love to see it. As a musician, I love it. It makes me happy.
Maybe he's listening to Project Bloom.
Oh.
Never know.
You never know. It's possible. 45 seconds now, round 3. We have a near Tucson guess from Clement. Finbar kind of looking in New Mexico, Colorado area on the map, but I don't think he has a pin in. Now 30 seconds. Dry desert, and he's in Arizona.
Yeah, makes sense. I think we have... Are these saguaro cacti here? We don't have a lot of them, but that species is found pretty much exclusively in southern Arizona and northern Sonora, so I do like the Mexico guess, the southern Arizona guess.
I like it too, both right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Great guesses from both players, a little bit west of both of them. Clement deals 294 damage, evens it out a little bit more. We're going to round 4.
Very, very even so far, the no move. Yeah, we probably expected Finbar to win the moving, if anything, but this next game was always likely to be more of a toss-up.
Both in Thailand right now.
Yeah, we have some concrete pavement over there that we can see. Very, very typical of Thailand. We have a house on stilts, we have some red soil. All of these suggest eastern Thailand. So I definitely like the guesses from both players here.
I like them too. Both close.
Yeah, both just kind of taking it in, not really moving their pins, just trying to get a feel for the location, but they're both settling on pretty similar things here.
Yeah, shouldn't be too many points here around 4, 2.5 multi, and they're close to each other. But Clement a little closer. Maybe it evens it out even more. Yep, he does. Just about 100-point difference now between our two players as we move on to round 5.
Anyone's game here. Round 5 looks like a Chile. I like Concepcion. You get a lot of these sort of pine trees around Concepcion. And
I like it too, yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense as a guess. We'll see if Finbar agrees.
Seems like he does. He's going a little bit farther north, though. But they're both very close, so should not be too many points.
Yep. Similar vibes. We'll see if Finbar sticks with it or moves a bit.
Timer runs out. Finbar
What? What?
gets a 4997.
837 meters on that?
Wow,
I have
GG.
I have no idea how he did that. I don't know if he knew the road or just got lucky or what, but that is one of the best guesses we've seen so far.
Very impressive stuff. Round 6 now, and it's still a close game. 3.5 times damage.
This one not obvious. My thought was Peru. Yeah, they're both. Yeah, Finbar. Thinking about Tumbes. I don't know if we see any mountains anywhere, but I do like the North Peru guess with the sort of almost flat desert look that we have here. But again,
like
it's
it
another
too.
pretty tricky round, and Tumbes. Finbar's still thinking about Tumbes. I don't mind it, honestly. I don't know if we can see mountains to the south or not, but it could work.
Could work. It does work. Finn, and he goes back to jamming and singing along to his music. 4997, then a 4996 from Finn.
Insane. What can you even do against it? He is
So hard to beat.
so locked in right now. Saskatchewan. Wow, interestingly hilly, but these little road signs with the wheat bushels on them, or whatever those things are called, those are exclusive to rural roads in Saskatchewan, those ones that Finn is looking at right now. So they'll both know the province, I imagine, here. And we also have canola. There's sort of yellow fields. Very, very common in the prairies in Canada. But it is oddly hilly, so I don't know if that would put us north or maybe southwest or something, but we'll see what the players go for.
Yeah. Only 25 seconds now. Clement, pretty far north Saskatchewan. But the hilly common is such a good one to point out. Pretty rare in Saskatchewan. Finbar has a map open, but has zoomed in a bit, but hasn't actually he has plonked in Saskatchewan as well, so they're both actually kind of close, so maybe we shouldn't see too many points. Finbar just farther east. Clement a little farther west. It is farther west. Clement's gonna deal some damage back there and actually get it closer to even again.
Yeah, it's a pretty serious hit there. Clement very much within reach now, with 3 rounds to play.
Clement zoomed
Bangladesh.
really quickly into Bangladesh.
Yeah, one of the most distinctive countries. Very flat, very sort of marshy, distinctive vegetation and architecture, but region guessing within Bangladesh is definitely doable, but still not easy. We'll see how the players do here.
See what they can get done. Again, similar guesses. They've been making very similar guesses consistently, actually, throughout this matchup, so...
Clement just going for Dhaka. He doesn't look too sure of himself. Finbar and Rajshahi, and it's Chattergram. Wow.
It's gonna be farther south. Clement gonna take a small lead now as we move on to round 9. We have a 10-round limit. Whoever has the most health at the end of 10 rounds will win. If nobody's fully won yet, let's see what happens here. Round 9, 5 times damage, no moving. This is all they get. We're back in Saskatchewan by the looks of it. Clement has a plonk down. Finn yet to open the map. He actually switches over to Manitoba. Could be possible too. I like it. Seems like it's the plains. Manitoba from Finbar as well. Clement back
in
over
Sask, Eastern Sask. I mean, who knows? I mean, the prairies can be so similar looking, especially when you just have a dirt road like this, and the poles aren't really very helpful either. So Finbar opting for southwest Manitoba. Clement maybe going to go with Sask, but he's right where Finbar is now.
Wow.
Look at that.
They're right on top of each other. That's
There's
a
the
wave.
wave.
There it
Yeah.
is. 20 points. Takes us to round 10, and it's close. Clement up 500 health right now. Could be anybody's game. Let's see what country we get. That'll tell us everything.
Looking like the Philippines. Definitely a chance for damage to be dealt here. Is there info? Does it say Angeles, or I don't know what he sees, but Finbar doesn't see that. I don't know if that whatever he sees is reliable, but Finbar's not going to have it.
Yeah,
It's going to go south, Luzon.
Wow,
It
and
is.
Clement's on it. Clement's gonna take the game and bring us to nmpz.
Wow, Wow. It might have said Angela City or something along those lines on that tuk-tuk. I couldn't see it myself, but great job from Clement noticing that. Finbar didn't quite pick up on it, and a big win, and we get yet another NMPZ.
Yet another NMPZ. Today has been crazy. Let's see what happens. This is NMPZ. This is no moving, panning, or zooming. One still singular image is all the players get.
Immediate zoom into Kenya. I like that a lot. We have, yeah, I mean, these sort of eucalyptus-looking trees. You get these a bunch in Kenya. Red soil. All fits very well.
It does. Both right nearby. Finbar, a little bit closer.
Again, really, really tough to call this one. Let me check how they've done an NPZ so far. Finbar's only needed to play NPZ 3 times because he's been so dominant. He's been winning 2-0 all the time. But yeah, he's 2 for 3 so far in NPZ. And Clement is 1 for 5. So Clement's had a bit of a tough time so far.
Yeah. See what we can do here. Both players in Mississippi.
And it is. Great guess.
Finn's a little closer though. Once again, Clement, 5,500 health now, taking us to round 3. We have a East Kalimantan zoom from Clement already. Seems like he's going South Kalimantan. Finbar, also South Kalimantan.
Yeah, I mean, the houses are on stilts, or at least that one near us is, and that makes a lot of sense for South Kalimantan. You get a lot of those types of houses there. It's much more of a sort of low-lying area that's prone to flooding, so I do like the South Kalimantan guess from the players here, but Clement thinking about Southeast Sulawesi, not too sure. Definitely doesn't have to be here.
Finn does go ahead and lock it in. Clement's pin's still there. Seems as if he's possibly considering other things, but he keeps it there. It is South Kalimantan, just farther north. Finn, once again, a little closer. Flawlessing right now.
Yep, great start for Finbar, but Clement's guesses have been very, very good as well. So still not too much to write home about in this game. This one, though, this could shake things up.
Hard round for sure on round 4. Clement zooming into Japan, it seems?
Yeah, maybe. Is the camera low? Like, it's hard to tell in an NPZ. It might be. But Finbar looks very unsure. They both do, to be fair.
Yeah, Finn leaned in, really considering.
Yeah, this could be a lot of things, honestly. This is really tricky.
This is one of the hardest rounds I think we've seen today. With only 15 seconds left, they've got to make their guesses. Finn actually going for Malaysia while Clement is in a Japanese southern island. 5 seconds left.
I have no idea what's going to happen here.
I don't either. We'll see, the timer runs out. And it's Colombia.
Of course.
Of course.
Wow.
Wow, I mean, that was such a hard location.
Yeah, that was crazy, but I mean, goes to show, no matter how good you are at this game, there are rounds that are just going to get you. Wow, are they both going? We have one on King Island and one on Flinders Island.
The different islands between Victoria and Tasmania. Locks from Clement.
Is he going to switch to King?
He's considering King now.
Could be some decent damage here. I mean, they're not super close to each other. It is King Island.
Oh, it is King, and Finn even debated it too, so that's going to be some points. That's almost 3,000 damage, breaking the Finbar flawless.
That's brutal, knowing that you're on one of the islands north of Tasmania and still losing 3,000 health.
Wow, yeah. So you get with the multis. Round 6 now. 3.5 times damage.
Oh, different.
Oh, wow.
Ideas here. Finbar near Miri and Clement on the peninsula. I mean, it's an oil palm plantation. There's a lot of these all across Malaysia, so honestly, I'm not sure, but it's going to be Clement.
Oh, it's going to be Clement on the main island with 3.5 times multi. will take the matchup.
He beats Finbar. That's huge. I mean, Finbar has taken very few losses so far in this league, so that's a massive result for Clement. But Finbar's still vibing. You see him; he's fine. He knows he's in a good place either way. So I don't think he's too bothered about it.
He's not too bothered. He's doing all right. It's okay. But that was a crazy match. Both players played so well. Take a look at what happened during this slot. We saw the Gingi get the 2-1 over Sadu, the Gingi 2-1 win. Clement got the 2-1 over Finbar, and off stream, Lenley with the 2-1 over Strafon. Nice stuff. And next up, guys, it's going to be Katzo versus Clement on the mainstream. First, second, Yanek versus Fau. Going to be a good time, guys. Going to be very fun.
Yep, can't wait. Yeah, I mean, I guess Lenley, big win over Strafon there. Strafon with a 2-0 earlier in the day, so yeah, he's kind of stopped that momentum. But Lenley has been excellent so far. Another player we haven't talked that much about, I feel like, because we haven't seen him play that much on this stream, but he's been really good and is, I think, in one of those top 12 spots at the moment.
Yeah, think so. Guys, exciting stuff. And we're all leading up to the World Cup, the World League. Such exciting matches, such high-level gameplay. It's only going to get better. Get some tickets, geoguessr.com/World Cup, August 29th through 30th in Copenhagen, Denmark. And guys, if you subscribe on Twitch, all revenue from that will go directly to the overall prize pool for the GeoGuessr World Cup this summer in August. Really exciting stuff. Get some primers in if you want to. And again, our winner of last time, the chat message during the break was, what came first, the Geo or the Guesser? And guys, I think the answer is Geo. Thanks for submitting that question. You're gonna win 1 free month. Guys, if you have any more questions, drop them in chat, and the mods will pick a winner of who gets 1 free month of GeoGuessr. You'll get a Twitch whisper later in the week from some devs at GeoGuessr with a free month. But guys, quick little break. When we come back, it's gonna be Katzo versus Clement. You don't want to miss it.
Thanks, GeoGuessr, for letting me become part of your world so quickly, and that I got a chance to see Blinky lift the trophy after that insane grand final. It was an experience I'll never forget. So now, with 2025 right around the corner, I have an idea.
Now, don't get me wrong, I love Sweden. We've already had the World Cup there twice. GeoGuessr 2025 World Cup. Denmark. So to all you GeoGuessr fans out there, let me show you what Copenhagen has to offer. Fancy architecture. Easy to recognize signs. We have historic buildings. Red roads. A royal family. World-class dining. A super cool theme parks. We got the best beer in the world. Presumably. So, when you're done exploring the city, when you've tasted all the varieties of smørrebrød and you've found out the true meaning of hygge, we'll meet here.
Where Winston Churchill laid the foundation of what would become the European Union.
Long live the cause of freedom.
Where big-time artists like Rolling Stones, Louis Armstrong, and the Beatles have performed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I welcome you to Copenhagen and the KB Hall, the venue of the 2025 GeoGuessr World Cup Finals. Oh, and there will be a bar.
Welcome back, everybody, to the GeoGuessr World League. Hope you enjoyed that short little break. We're back. I am Bloom, your host for this time slot, joined by Jake Lyons. We have a great time every week. I hope you guys are having a great time, too. It's been super fun. Matches have been insane. The GeoGuessr World League has been seriously providing some great entertainment. It's been a fun time. It's been a fun time. Jake, one more time slot left in the day. How are we feeling?
Feeling pretty good. One more. I mean, we've had 5 out of 6 matches so far on the stream go to nmpz. Hopefully we get a little bit more of that, but it has been awesome. And we get to see Katzo versus Clement first. Clement coming off a win against Finbar, one of the strongest players in the league. And Katzo also 2-0 so far today with wins against Armani and Yanek. So both players on form right now, so this should be a fun one.
Yeah, definitely should. Clement lost his first game of the day, but we just saw him take that impressive dub. So going to be a fun one. I think it's going to be really exciting. I hope everybody's locked in. Been such an exciting day. And again, 2 more amazing matches to come. Let's take a look at the first one, Clement versus Katzo.
Yeah, so Katzo, 46% win rate so far. Again, probably he would tell you a little bit below what he wants it to be, but you know, he's a great player. We've seen that. He was in the quarterfinals at the World Cup in 2024, and definitely we know what he's capable of. Clement, pretty similar, honestly. I mean, I think they're pretty close to each other right now in the table, so this is definitely an important match for those purposes as well. But we see pretty similar stats across the board from both players here.
Yeah, definitely similar. Should be a close matchup. Again, I think Clement coming off that win right now is really big for him. He just shot up to 34th. I know he was farther down there, so good stuff for him. Again, he's only played 11 matches. Katzo's played 15, so it's a pretty big difference. And as you said, yep, they are pretty close.
Yeah, the ratios of points to matches played are very similar. So definitely both still in the running for at least those regional spots, but this is a hugely important match.
Yeah, gonna be a fun one. Gonna go into moving first, which is Katzo's strong suit, so we'll see what he can do. Maybe we get some 5Ks.
Yep, Katzo, a very capable player across the board, but certainly compared to Clement, moving is going to be his strongest mode. Both with signs for Almere here, which is that city where both of their pins are. So I'd imagine we will not see too much damage done here. See if Katzo can line it up. Ooh. Did he get it? Ah, he had it. He had the 5K. He clicked
it.
Didn't quite register.
Still a great guess. 4995 to start us off.
Yeah, but we see that quick ability to narrow down and pinpoint from Katzo there. Very impressive. Almost starting the match with a 5K. Here we are in the UK.
Looks like it. Round 2. What can they find? Let's see. Clement moving around actually a lot more than Katzo.
Yeah, Katzo hasn't been doing a lot of moving, which is interesting. I don't know if he's trying to remember something he saw in the bin. Maybe he's trying to think of it, but he looks a little bit frustrated. What does that
Running
say?
through the noggin.
Does that say a city? Does that say Bedford or something? I just can't. Yeah, the screens are too small. I can't quite see.
We'll see if they can get to any more signs. Katzo in a street with more going on. Clement has a bus.
There's
and
a sign
home
there.
Design London.
It does say London, so that might be where we are. Katzo's going to get to the same sign. Will he have time? Oh, he actually sees it a little bit better. So
is he going to have time to use that, though? So little time. Both in outskirts of London. Clement closer. Wow.
Yep. Katzo's still quite close, though, so very little damage dealt, but nicely done there by Clement using that information and narrowing it down. Norway.
Nice round 3 Norway. Beautiful, as always.
Katzo, maybe a little bit of PTSD from Norway. I'm not sure he wants to see Norway right now after that Kirkenes round against Armani, but we'll see what happens here. This one's a little bit different, much more rural, kind of in the middle of a fjord here, but again, most of the Norwegian coast can look very similar to this location, so we will see where the players end up.
They're both so close to each other right now.
Yep,
They're like on the exact same spot.
It's amazing,
How?
actually.
That is amazing to see. Clement does move, actually. Oh, and he moves back. Wow.
Did we get a wave?
Kratzo looks shocked at
he looks
that.
shocked. I don't know. Is it the fact that their guesses were so similar, or
I don't know.
I don't know.
Actual mouth drop moment for Katzo on that one. We will be interviewing the winner of this matchup at the end of the broadcast, so if it happens to be Katzo, I'm going to ask him why he had the mouth drop there. But we'll see. Whoever wins, we'll get to chat with.
So we have Japan. Some of the guy wires, this sort of black and white, or yellow and black striped guy wires, are most common in the north of the country, including Hokkaido. That is a Hokkaido plate. I think both players see the Hokkaido electricity plate, so I imagine both will be correctly in Hokkaido here. Although Kratzo has not zoomed yet.
Yeah, Kratzo yet to open the map. We're coming up on 15 seconds left. Music's gonna get more intense. Gonna speed up. 10 seconds. Clement, guess is in. Kratzo, zooming in Hokkaido now. Going Sapporo.
It is kind of hedging between Hakodate. I know he's on the south coast. We'll see.
It is South Coast. A good guess from Clement's gonna have him a little bit closer, but not by too much. 42 points of damage.
I wonder what made him go south coast. I don't know if he saw water or maybe there was a sign for a port or something, but nicely done there by him.
Very nicely done. We go to round 5 now.
Urban South Africa here. South Africa can be pretty tricky. It can be often hard to find information. Area codes are often a good clue that you get, and sometimes you get town names and road numbers, but does he have... Clement has a sign. I can't read it, but maybe he can. Not sure. He's up near Uppington, which is definitely pretty far out there. He's locked it in, so... I don't know, but Kratzo doesn't have info from what I can tell, so he's just going to have to make a guess here. He is near Uppington, too.
South of it, though. Now he's just closer to Uppington. Oh, wow, he moved off of it. He was much closer. 75.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe that was just a general vibe guess on the landscape, because I'm not sure either player had anything very concrete there, but nicely done.
Very nicely done. Round 6.
Here's India. We've got maybe Hindi, although again it could always be Marathi. There are a couple languages that look very, very similar. It is unusually dry, if anything.
Yeah, it's strange.
For a Hindi-speaking area. I mean, Rajasthan can get this level of dryness, so maybe we're there.
Neither player's really
Hard to
found
say.
anything either yet, so... Gonna be a hard guess. We'll see. Kratzo,
Yeah.
back at spawn.
Neither player has found much here. Again, it's just going to come down to more of a vibe guess here. 5 seconds. Here they go. Rajasthan. Clement's much further east in Madhya Pradesh.
Wow. Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. Who will it be? It's in between them. It is Madhya Pradesh. This is the second time Clement... was it Clement earlier? Yes, was closer. Was in the right state, but not closest.
In India, yep.
In India.
True. That one was also right by the border, but I think you're right that it was Madhya Pradesh. But yeah, to be fair, with that one, it's more of just a landscape thing rather than... I don't think that there were any state-specific clues. But maybe, though. Maybe Clement saw like a poll or something that was exclusively Madhya Pradesh. I'm not sure. But either way, definitely pretty unlucky for him.
Definitely unlucky. We have some language here. Some Turkish language. Clement going near Istanbul north. Kratzo not up on the map. We don't know what he's thinking. 30 seconds. He does open the map. He's thinking north coast too. Actually, zoom in a similar area, but now considering farther east. So is Clement.
Kratzo chasing this little van, but it's going farther away from him. Oh, that's a... Does it say Samsun? Doesn't that say Samsun? Samsun Büyükşehir Belediyesi, I think.
Oh yeah,
there he goes.
yeah,
Man,
it does.
Took him a sec, but they're both there now.
You got it. Clement too.
Is Clement
He's gonna get the
sure, though?
Kratzo might get the 5K right here. he is so close. That's a 4998.
Wow. Yeah, that sign was on his screen for a little while. It took him a second to actually get there, but he gets there in the end, and he keeps the lead going into round 8.
Very nice stuff. 4.5 times damage now. Was it US, possibly? Betsy Lane. Shout out to Betsy, I guess.
Yeah, not much going on that sign, but maybe on this main road there will be something. This looks kind of Appalachian, if anything. Floyd County.
Katzo also got a
Most
green
players,
sign.
Unless you're Debre, you're probably not going to know U.S. counties.
Yeah. We'll see if they can find anything at all.
Don't mind a Kentucky guess. Consus got an area code. Ooh, I think he knows them.
Does he?
I think he knows them.
859 area code. He may be trying to remember right now. Where's
Yeah,
he
he
gonna go?
looks hesitant. He's not sure. He's going
He's in
Tennessee.
Tennessee. So the guesses will be close. Timer runs out. Clement,
Kentucky.
what a guess there. That's going to be a big comeback for him. That's 4,300 points of damage. Clement now with a massive lead going into round 9.
Katzo might have misremembered the code, or I'm not totally sure. There's so many of them to remember, it totally makes sense that he would make a mistake, but yeah, round 9, Clement with the lead. Is this like North Maluku or something? Yeah, we have a Christian church. I would guess North Maluku here.
I do like it. Let's see if Katzo gets any information on that sign there. Clement possibly just going to place in a guess with no info. We'll see. No, he's continuing to move now.
And Christianity is less common in most parts of Indonesia, but there are parts of it, like North Sulawesi and North Maluku, that have a lot more. It could also be like North Sumatra, I'm not sure, but we'll see if Katzo has info, maybe?
He's looking at Sulawesi now. He's Gorontalo. He's in
Gorontalo is one of the most Muslim provinces in the entire country, so I don't think it's Gorontalo, but it could be North Sulawesi.
They're both in Gorontalo. Let's see. Wow, Clement.
Wow.
That
wins
wins
it.
him the moving game.
Wow, I stand corrected, actually. Christian churches in that area are very rare, but fair enough. Great guess from Clement. Lined it up beautifully, and he takes the moving game, which is, again, probably unexpected. Katzo losing the moving game to both Armani and Clement. But we saw him make the comeback against Armani, so we'll see if he can do it here.
We'll see if he can. Maybe we get to nmpz. It would be exciting. Everyone loves to see it. Yeah, it's actually surprising. Katzo, 14 moving games played and has somehow only won 6 of them. Maybe the pressure's getting to him in this World League format.
Yeah, again, he's a very well-rounded player, but of course does have a lot of moving experience. So I think, I think his moving performances so far have been a little bit weaker than expected. But he's so good at the other things that he still shines.
Round 1 now. We're on no move. 1,360 Pano. That's all we get. Katzo.
Brodsk. Different guesses. Clements and Kizel, which it doesn't look nearly dry enough to be Kizel in my opinion, but who knows? He's thinking about Irkutsk. He's gonna switch. He's just head. It actually is Kizel. Wow.
Wow. He's mind blown about it. Moving off of it at the last second.
Man, I'm falling off. I'm making all sorts of wrong calls now, but that was an unusually green round for Kizel.
It was. Round 2. US, possibly Canada. US feels a little more likely here, just based off of the look of things. We have a Minnesota guess from Clement. Did he just move it to Wisconsin? I think he did. Oh, he's moving it even farther down now in Illinois.
Yep. Katzo in Indiana, I think, right now.
Okay, we have Indiana, we have Wisconsin at this point. With 30 seconds left, are they going to commit? Will they move it?
US always tricky in such a big country. Lots of points on offer here.
And not much to go off of on this particular round. Just trees. 5 seconds. Wisconsin and Indiana-Ohio border almost. They keep it there. The time runs out. Who has it? It's Katzo in Indiana. Gonna break Clement's flawless here and even it out. Katzo, 500-point lead.
Bounces back with an excellent guess again. We saw him lose the moving game to Armani and then lock in, take the match anyway. Wouldn't shock me if he's able to pull it off again. Again, people think of him as being really good at moving, so they tend to underappreciate just how good Katzo is in no move at nmpz, but he really is a master at all 3 modes.
Round 3. Is Clement maybe lining something up here? Got a road he likes. Is Katzo looking at the same road right now?
Yeah, they're both in the 109.
Yep. 109.
Yeah, it certainly could make sense. Looks very northern vegetation. So North Quebec definitely could work.
Definitely possible. The timer runs out. Who has it? If anyone, Clement is going to be closer, but both on the correct road. Really impressive stuff.
Yeah, really impressive getting the road there. Fao would be proud, I'm sure.
Yes, he would. Fao will be up next as well, so stay tuned for some Canada guessing. Round 4 now. 2.5 times damage. Multi. Getting serious. We have Clement zoomed in on Malaysia, Katzo as well, both on the mainland too. Clement places his pin north of Kuala Lumpur.
Does make sense. You see this like sort of curved, not awning, but the way that the roof sticks out and then kind of curves down. That's very, very common in Malaysia. You get it in some parts of Indonesia too, but yeah, with the way that house looks, I do like the Malaysia guess a lot.
Katzo now in Terengganu. Clement in Perak.
Yep, similar guesses here. Not too much damage done, but great guess from Clement.
Really good guess from Clement. Wow. Nice lead now for Clement. 500 points here. Still pretty close though. Round 5, 3 times damage. We find ourselves in Panama.
Very specific zoom from Katzo in Bocas del Toro. I don't know what it is that's making him think here, but could be. I'm no Panama expert.
Yeah, me neither, so we'll see. Very different guesses. Clement, close to the capital. And again, as you said, Katzo, so specific right now. Oh, Clement considering it?
He is. I don't know what they see that makes them think this. I don't know if there's some kind of meta that I'm unaware of or if they can see mountains, but Clement is definitely thinking about it.
Timer's running out, guys. There's 10 seconds left. Katzo moves a little farther south. Clement staying in Panama City. This could be really big points with 3 times damage. Yep, they're leaving it in the areas they're in. Who's closer? The time is up. It's Clement! Katzo! His very specific guess did not pay off. He's gonna take 2,700 points of damage.
It's a massive hit. Clement just sticking with the Panama City vibe, and it works out. Katzo on his last legs here, but he's not done yet. Nigeria here.
Not out of it. Could be doable to make a comeback. Multis are big enough. Enough rounds are left. Katzo's got to play really well if he wants to take us to nmpz. If not, Clement will take a 2-0 and gain 3 points in his world ranking. 40 seconds.
Yeah, there's some writing there, but both players are trying to read that, but I don't think it has anything very helpful on it. We have a lot of palm trees around, which suggests that we might be towards the south of the country, towards the coast. Both players in very similar areas right now.
Yeah, basically both directly west of the same exact city. Clement moves farther south. Locks it in. Katzo, 8 seconds left. Keeping it where he first placed it. Is he gonna keep it there? He moves a tiny bit farther south, but both players really close to each other. Clement, wee bit closer.
Great guesses, too.
Yeah, really nice guesses. That brings Katzo below 1,000 health. He's in the red.
But he stays alive. Just needs a good round. Europe will be interesting, because it's not always obvious what country you're in. I'll be trying to use the architecture, the landscape. Katzo in Italy, which I think makes sense given the house that we saw. I also thought it could be something like Slovenia or Austria, but we will see. Katzo going in the eastern part of the Po Valley near the mountains.
Clement right there too. Is he gonna keep it there? I think he is.
Makes a lot of sense with the mountains to the north. Yep.
The guesses are so similar, but Clement a little closer again, chipping away that damage. Katzo, 676 health now. Clement, 4,500.
Katzo running out of health, but also running out of time. Only 3 rounds left here.
Yeah, round 8 now. Got a 10-round limit, so if we make it to 10, that's it. Seems like we're in Japan. Both players guessing very central, middle of the country. But 50 seconds. Looks like they're going to take their time.
These Japanese forest rounds are so difficult. I mean, when you don't have any kind of infrastructure, any poles, anything like that, these forest roads can look so similar throughout the country and are very, very tough to tell apart.
Very hard. We've seen some end games before in the World League.
Katzo moving north. This might be game here.
Yeah, he does move it north. Clement staying central. Very central guesses. It's in between them, but Clement is closer, so that's going to keep him alive and deal some damage there. 1,500 down to Clement's health, but he is still above half health. Katzo, if he wants to do this, he's going to need to do it next round or the following. That's all he has. Round 9, 5 times damage. No move. Katzo can't take this. Clement's going to win 2-0.
Thailand here. Both players will know the country, but it's not necessarily an easy round to region guess. These almost look like they could be rubber trees or something, which could pull you further south, but we don't have a lot of palms, which is more typical of the north. We will see what the players converge on here. Katzo going for Prashrup Kurikan, so he's between the north and the south. The thinnest part of the country.
Pressure on. Clement needs to
Clement's
follow,
just
and
going
he's
east
further
on.
north.
We'll see. Oh my gosh. And you see the reaction from Katzo. He might have been considering going in that area. He would have taken the lead or maybe even the win, but as it stands, he needs to win round 10.
This is it. It's close now, so it's doable, and we're on India, big country, massive points with 5.5 times damage on offer. Let's see what can happen. Clement zooming in south. He has a pin in. Katzo trying to read that little house there if he can.
I can't tell what it says. We have a lot of palm trees. Clement's pin is in Kerala, which makes a lot of sense given the landscape. I can't quite tell what the characters on that building are. It could be Canada. It could be. I can't tell.
It's
I don't
really
know.
hard to tell. It looks like both players are kind of trying to line it up, the language with the map. Katzo's moved around a lot.
Tamil Nadu, now he's in Goa. It could be Goa. I mean, I don't hate that guess either. Landscape-wise, it works. I like the West Coast in general. Just more of a hedge from Clement. Either player could take it.
We'll see. They're not too far apart. Wow! Oh my. Nobody is on it, but Clement is slightly closer and with more health overall. Takes the no-move game, which wins him the entire matchup. Wow.
And you see the frustration from Katzo. He's already gone. That's so unfortunate for him. I mean, like, yeah, especially when the game ends on the round limit. It's never fun. Clement just about outlasting him there. Of course, he did have the opportunity to win on that round because neither player was particularly close, but just such a tough one and a really tough way for Katzo to lose. So he had a good day overall, Katzo, but definitely ended it on more of a sour note.
Yeah. It was a good match nonetheless. Clement gains 3 points to the world ranking. But guys, once again, not our last match of the day. This next one is. It's going to be Fau versus Yanek. Should be an exciting one, guys. Lock in, last one of the day. And again, we're going to get to speak to Clement after this one, as he did just win that game. But, again, as I said, Fau versus Yanek is our last of the day. Let's take a look at some of their stats and get prepared for this matchup.
It's been a bit of a tough start for Yanek overall, I would say. Definitely in the lower half of the table so far, but still doing okay. 38% win rate, not all that bad. Fau a little bit higher at 46%. The other stats pretty similar. But again, both players definitely feeling like they're on the edge of where they need to be. They want to at least qualify for those regionals, so they need to keep the wins coming if they want to stay in those spots in the table. So another important, I know I say it every time, but it is another important match.
Yeah, the farther we get into this league, matches start becoming more important. At first, we looked at the world ranking and we said, it's only week 1 or it's only week 2. This isn't super indicative of what's yet to come. But now that we're this far in, these games are getting really important. We see Fau at 21st right now. Yanek at 30th.
Yeah, Yanek with 16 points in 16 matches. Only a 1-to-1 ratio, which is definitely below where you want to be if you want to be competitive. So he definitely needs to pick it up. I think he took a loss earlier today as well. Fau with a quick guess. I don't know if he knew some of the towns on that sign, but Yanek with a pretty different guess here.
Yeah, wow. Fau starting off insane. What a guess.
Yeah, he must have known one of the places or something, but very, very good start for Fau.
Yeah,
See if
great
he can
place
keep it
to
up.
start. Round 2.
Is this more India? Yeah.
Yeah. Some Hindi there. Helpful a bit. Yanek's
Yeah.
taking his time, even though the pressure was put on by Fau. Gets it guessing far north.
Far here. Fau is much more central.
Wow, just in
them.
between them. Just in between them, Fau a little closer. 51 points.
Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder what it was that made Yanek go that far north. Worked out fine for him, but I don't know if there was anything specific that pulled him up there. Anyway, is this maybe a... I'm not sure. Is it in Austria or... Tough to say.
Oh, there was a bollard right there. Kind of looked like an Austrian bollard. Could be Slovenia though, but...
Should
Oh,
be
we have some
Austria, yeah.
signs. Both players have the same signs.
Doesn't look like it's that helpful. The green things I don't think are towns. And then Matrai is a town, but probably very, very small. Yanek had a quick scan, but it looks like he wasn't able to find it. But the consequence of that is that Fau is now further down the road. It looks like he's just gonna try and vibe guess. Probably isn't close enough to any info. Wait, Matrai? Wait, Matrai? That's what's south of Fau's pin. He might have it.
Oh, he might have it. What a find. Fau on the road. Moves it farther up.
Yeah, he is on the road.
He is on the correct road. He did move farther up. He was so close at first, but still, the closer guess overall. And he stays on full health. Round 4. 2.5 times damage.
Perhaps here.
I like US. US seems like a good guess. Both looking at the same car really quickly.
No front plate, suggesting more south. Fau in North Carolina at the moment. Alatoona was...
Yeah.
That sounds like Altoona in Pennsylvania, but it's different. Wait, how did Fau manage to jump up to a highway?
Yeah, that could be helpful for him. He could get some better signs here. Yanek's still on a side road. Fau still hasn't actually found anything too helpful. Oh, there's a sign.
He's got an interstate. Can he find it?
He's thinking North Carolina. Yanek hasn't opened the map. Now in Tennessee, now in Kentucky. Yanek, Alabama.
I mean, I think he has the interstate, but it's a long road, so he doesn't know where along it he is. Oh, he just clicked.
Oh,
He just
wow.
clicked, and it didn't take his click.
Just last second, he couldn't get it in, but he would have been right on it.
I don't know if what he saw, if it was Alatuna or something else, but yeah, definitely a missed opportunity. One more second there, and Foul would have been pretty close to that location.
My town storage.
Yeah, speaking of the U.S., looks like we're back here.
I think so.
Some plates there.
Very different part of the U.S. this time.
Yeah, much more flat, dry, kind of plains feel to this location. Neither player with anything very concrete yet, though. And I'm not sure they're going to reach anything at this point.
Yeah, really not much to go off of. They're just gonna have to region guess North Dakota from Yanek.
But yeah, looks like it's just going to be a region guess. Iowa, though, it's pretty different.
Yeah, that is pretty different with 3 times multiplier. Could be some points for sure, especially if one of them is really close. Let's see. Yanek is very close. 3 times multi. Huge hit to Fau's health.
Major, yeah. Nice guess from Yanek in North Dakota with very limited information. But he takes the lead. And this would be big for Yanek. If he can beat Fau in a moving game, again, Fau is the better moving player of the two, I think most would say. So if Yanek can get a win in his weakest mode, that's huge for him. Oh, Jigawa. It says Jigawa State. He knows that, surely. He's checking to confirm which it is, but he goes for it. This could be big. I mean, maybe the default guess for Yanek is just to go Kano, so maybe it won't be big damage. He goes for Zarya. He's a little further away. So this good points for Fau.
It is going to be big points for Fau. 3.5 times damage. Another big hit. A nice back and forth. Yanek still holds the lead. 2,000 health versus 1,500.
Fau doing a great job there. Nigerian states are oftentimes written in the cities, and he did a great job finding that one. This is southern US, I think, but with damage or with the health this low, this could decide the game.
It's very possible. Lots of US right now.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Are there going to be any helpful signs? We'll see. Errands, just various stores. Fau's got a truck that might have info, but if he moves closer, it's gonna go away. There it goes. Not gonna be able to chase it down. Sun Coast Business Supply, possibly an area code there. Do they know it?
I don't think either of them has this. Going coastal Mississippi, same idea here. I think it makes sense. I mean, it does look coastal, and it doesn't quite look like Florida, so I do like the Mississippi guess. Yep.
Wow, they're both so close. Really good guess from both players, but Fau is going to be closer. He's going to really even it out. This is such a close game going into round 8 now.
Only 100 points roughly separating the players, 80 to be exact, but now we have a country that will probably deal a lot more damage than just that. We'll see if the players are able to reach anything here, or if it will just come down to a region guess, but Ukraine is a tricky one for sure.
We'll see what they can do. We'll see what they can find. Really not much to go off of.
I was reaching a town, but again, it's probably not going to be anything he's ever heard of. So this is going to come down to the vibe guess. Who will be closer?
Fau, open the map
5
up.
seconds.
5 seconds. Get it in. He does.
He's more east.
More east. It's a big difference. 4.5 times damage. It's just between them. Wow, it's barely going to be any points at all.
Oh my god! 4 points.
Oh wow, it's a 4-point differential going into round 9.
Could not be any closer. South Africa. Kind of an odd one here. I'd imagine we're near the coast. Definitely an unusual landscape.
Cape Town zoom and plonk from Yanek. Foul. Pressure's on. 10 seconds left. Where is he gonna go? The map is yet to open. Reaching 5 seconds left. Does he see some water there in the distance? He's also gonna go near Cape Town. Very similar guesses once again. Wow. It's just north of both of them. But both in a very similar area. Yanek a tiny bit closer with the 5 times multi. That's gonna be 400 points of damage. Still a very close game, but Yanek holds a big enough lead that it matters right now as we go into our final round, round 10, 5.5 times damage moving.
Kazakhstan. Oh my goodness.
Kazakhstan it is. Can anyone find a sign? This round decides
they're
it all.
going other ways. Fao has one of these big gates. This may have a city or region name on it. Maybe. Then again, maybe not.
Maybe not. Oh, but he does see big blue signs. He's coming up on him.
This could be huge for Fao.
Yanek's yet to find anything.
Yanek's got nothing here. And now he's looking at... No, that just says like hello, goodbye or something. Welcome. Something along those lines. Oh my gosh, he's got blue signs, but he can't... He's getting forced to the gas station.
Oh, and Yanek has signs too.
I don't think any of that is very helpful either, but... No. It says Karaganda. Get Karaganda, yeah.
5 seconds.
214 to Karaganda. So this is... Yanek's going to take it here.
Oh, wow. Yanek finds the better information at the end. He will be closer. He will take the moving game against Fao.
Wow. Crazy. It looked from a lot of that round like Fao was going to be the one with the better info, but none of the signs that he had were actually helpful. And Yanek with the upset in the moving game. But again, the more pressure is on Fao, the better he seems to perform. So wouldn't shock me if he is able to bring this one back.
It's doable. We'll see. We'll find out. We go to no move. Our second game in this matchup, Yanek versus Fao. We start off on India.
Such a tricky country. We've seen a lot of India today. Just going for Uttar Pradesh, which does make sense. Very flat, very agricultural. See if Fao follows suit here.
Yeah. Well, he moves it closer to New Delhi. Fao considering everything he can. Looking around, zooming around. But again, no moving up and down the road anymore. Where you spawn is what you get.
Fao still has not zoomed.
Fao,
He's a pretty good India player himself, but we'll see what he settles on here. Yanek just going near Delhi here. Fao a little further southwest here. Or more just south, but yeah, wow, it's western Rajasthan.
Wow, it's west. 76.
It'd be so deceptive because, like, I always kind of expect that area of Rajasthan to be super dry and deserty, but there are areas in there that still look quite similar to the rest of the country.
Yeah. Agreed. Going around 2 now.
Sun in the...
to say the least. We have a Chile from Yanek.
I like the Chile a lot. I mean, sun's in the north, which suggests we're in the southern hemisphere. Any sort of red rocks here suggesting, yeah, I mean, I like the dry parts of the Andes, but Chile and Argentina are both options here.
Yeah,
so
Fao in Argentina currently. We'll see where they end up staying. Are they going to stay in separate countries? The distance shouldn't be too massive because they are in similar parts of the world, just different countries. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, like looking more north, possibly. Maybe going to stick with Atacama. I mean, Atacama province makes sense, or region or whatever it's called makes sense with these sort of red rocks, but where Fao is too also makes perfect sense. So it's going to be one of them. I don't know who though.
Oh, wow.
Well, or it's both of them in different ways. One in the right country, the other one closer.
Wow. Pull the name in. Yanek closer in the wrong country. Round 3 now of our no moving match, and Yanek has not taken damage. We're on a Brazil.
We have had a lot of Brazil today. Another one that's just pretty tricky.
So hard. So little to go off of.
I mean, we have... Yeah, I mean, the polls, you know, they look pretty generic, pretty standard. I don't think these polls have anything special about them, so it's really all about vegetation guessing. We have a couple of palm trees that might help narrow it down a little bit, but at the end of the day, this is going to be a really tricky round for both players.
Going Bahia from Yanek. Fau. Goiás. Not too far apart, but it's a big country. 2 times damage on round 3. Let's see. Fau. Closer. Quite a decent bit, actually. That's going to be really big damage to Yanek's health. Yanek at less than half now.
Yeah, nice guess from Fau on a really tricky round. But we'll see, there's still a lot of work to be done. Another tricky round. I like the Kenya guess. I mean, we have this big Google car, which is kind of a giveaway. But Kenya can still be tricky, because like when it's green, it's like it's either north of Nairobi or it's west. And when it's dry like this, it can be east of Nairobi, it can be south of it, or it can even be far north. So still decisions to be made.
Yanek is going to go just a little bit west of Nairobi right now. Or he's considering east now. We'll see what he ends up doing. Fau zooms in, and Yanek has locked.
Oh, he's thinking about Oman.
Considering Oman. Oh my, could it be?
Maybe. It looks like he's going to stick with Kenya.
I like Kenya more. It is just going to be Kenya. Not only that, Fau is going to be right on.
But half of Yanek's health gone again. Fau hoping to outlast him here. But Yanek's still alive with a lot of rounds to go.
Could be anybody's game, considering. Only round 5 now. Yanek could stay in this. He's not out yet. Let's see what ends up happening here on this round 5. A difficult one. Could this be Indonesia?
Maybe, although the poll is
weird.
Odd. Like the asymmetricness makes it feel like an Indonesian poll, but it's still, there's something strange about it. I think it is Indonesia, but it's, I don't know.
Wow, we have Philippines from Yanek now.
He's now in the Philippines. Yeah, this is strange. Honestly, I'm not sure what to make of this. Looks like Fau isn't either.
Yeah, Fau. 5 seconds left. Open to your map. Where he does go Indonesia. No!
He has no idea.
He goes Kalimantan and Philippines right now. Wow,
that's Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Wow.
That's unreal. The Philippines guess will be slightly closer.
Crazy round for Bangladesh. I mean, that hilliness, you just don't think of Bangladesh with a landscape like that. I mean, it makes sense kind of in hindsight, but it's like you just don't think of it when you're in the round. And again, those polls kind of looked Indonesian, but they looked off. Neither player was able to pick up on it.
We go to round 6 now. 3.5 times damage on no move. If Fau wins this, we get nmpz, and he's looking like he might. He's at 4,300 health. Yanek's at 1,400. Yanek needs a big comeback here.
Yep. But Brazil is the place to do it. If you're going to make a comeback, big country, big points. Fau is in Minas Gerais. He's quite a bit further north than Yanek right now.
Yeah, this is a big difference. The multi's so big. This could be the game. Santa Catarina. He's considering farther north?
He's going to stick with it. We shall see.
Does he sticks with it? These are very different guesses.
What a guess from
Foul is
Foul.
on it, and he wins the no-move game, taking us to nmpz.
Another nmpz. We are truly spoiled today. We are getting all the content.
Yeah,
And,
unreal.
like we said, Foul, he locks in when he's under pressure. When he needs to win, he gets it done. We'll see if he can close it out here.
We'll see. nmpz now. It's time. Health resets. Game resets. nmpz 1 still singular image. No move, no pan, no zoom. This is what we get. This is what the players get.
We'll have an Argentina here. That big pole that we see off to the west is very typical Argentina pole. Sort of thick double poles that you get. But currently they're looking in pretty different areas of the country.
Trying to line something up here, Yanek is, but hard to line something up like this. So little to go off of.
Yanek likes La Pampa. I mean, La Pampa province, you get a lot of this sort of north-south road angle, which is probably what's attracting him to that area. But Fao, I think his just general landscape vibe is a lot more north.
Pretty separate guesses here. Fao is going to be closer there. On the round 1 of the nmpz, he's already going to deal 1400 damage.
It's a nice start for Fao. I think he's in the right province there. Very nicely done, but still plenty of work to do.
Round 2,
And
Japan. Both players right by Tokyo.
We have a diamond there. Let me see if I can... Which diamond is that? Is that the... Oh, which one is that? Is that the... I can't remember. It's been too long. It's Chiba, yeah.
It's Chiba. A little bit closer.
Yeah, those traffic diamonds are one of the most fun Japanese clues to learn, but they're a little hard to remember.
Yeah.
I definitely need to brush up on them. But both players knew it was the Kanto region. They saw pole tops, etc., that gave that away, so it was never likely to mean much.
Going to round 3 now. Both players right near Melbourne. But Yanek right on top of it. Fao in Victoria, farther east. Only 3 seconds now. He's got a pin in. Is he going to leave it there? He does. And he is the closer one. Either player too close, but very good guesses nonetheless. Fao extends his flawless. We move on to round 4.
Yeah, both players had the coastal Victoria vibes there. Very sort of almost unusually green area for Australia, but Fao opting to go a little further east, a little more risky, and it worked out for him on that occasion.
Round 4 now. Both players in Panama. And
Yep,
close
definitely.
by, too.
Agree here. Zooming into El Cope.
El Cope. El Cope. Yanek
Breaks the flawless.
deals the first damage of the nmpz.
But not too much to talk about in that round. Be waiting for bigger countries like this. We are once again back in India.
Back in India. Both players' guesses are in, and they're close by.
Yeah, both around Chhattisgarh right now. I mean, it certainly could make sense, although there are probably a lot of places that could make sense here. Fao thinking of switching further west. He's going to leave it there. Okay.
Yanek. Gonna be a little closer. Dealing even more damage. Fao's gonna hold the lead, but now by much less. Round 6, here we come.
Oh
This is
boy.
the only image they get. We have an Oman. We have an Oman from both players.
Yeah,
Muscat
that makes a lot
lock.
of sense. Oh, he's thinking about Musandam, but he's going to stick with Muscat. Makes sense with the mountains that we see. Maybe date palms in the distance as well. He's thinking about Musandam.
He really is, but the time runs out. He leaves it near Muscat. It's good he did. Yanek will be closer. Not by too much, though. that is going to really even things out. It's about a 200-point game now.
Yeah, this is really just a toss-up at this point. 4 rounds remaining. Instant block in the Philippines.
Yanek's really had a fast strategy in this game right now. We'll see if it pays off. Foul, you gotta follow suit. He's in Mexico. We have different continents. Round 7 nmpz, who has it? Yep. It's gonna be Foul.
Wow. I mean, that was so bold. Yanek sent in like 3 seconds there, maybe? And, you know, you would think if he's sending that fast, he's confident. And I guess he was confident, but the confidence was misplaced in the end. I looked at the rice plants or whatever they were and thought maybe it's the Philippines. But Bao took his time, or at least the little time that he had, made a nice guess, and he locked in under pressure and takes the match.
He did it, and he did it beautifully in the end. A great game to end out the day. So many amazing games today, all favorites. Let's take a look at everything that happened. Clement, the 2-0 over Katzo. As long as everything works out, we're going to get a little chance to speak to Katzo Clement in a second. And Fao got the 2-1 over Yanek. And off stream, we had another walkover from Dev, so Strafon gets a free 2-0.
Yeah, ends up being a pretty nice day for Strafon. A couple of 2-0 wins. And yeah, we see the standings here. Again, Strafon, 24 points in 12 matches. That's a 2-to-1 ratio. That is an excellent ratio. Very few players are that high up. And then, yeah, you see the rest of the players here. I mean, Fao, 22 and 15. Still a pretty solid place to be. Katzo, 21 and 16. Solid days for both of those players as well. Definitely still in the running.
Yeah, really solid stuff. Love your point about Strafon. He's actually sitting in a really nice place. But what a day. And again, what a match we saw just earlier from Clement and Katzo. Let's take a little moment to catch up with Clement. Clement, man, how are you doing? It's first time speaking to you. Hope all is well. How are you feeling about the World League so far?
Well, hello Jake and Bloom, and thanks for having me. So far, it was kind of a difficult start for me, especially since I didn't really have a Wi-Fi at my flat, so I was like playing on my 5G connection from my phone, but it's kind of not so good, so it was a bit hard to play on moving. I think that could be seen in my moving gameplay, but yeah, at least during the last games I was able to at least play better in moving and show to myself that I was able to at least get some points in moving, and yeah.
Yeah, really impressive stuff today. Is this kind of, you feel like has the Wi-Fi gotten better? Has that helped you perform better, or change of idea going into these games? What do you think has done it?
Yeah, I mean, I did get the new Wi-Fi like early January, so it wasn't particularly seen during my last week games, which didn't go super well, but at least today I was able to play well in moving, and yeah, it's especially noticeable in moving as I'm able to get to the information and use it well, which was what happened against Katzo today, especially on that Kentucky round where I got to an area code pretty quickly. So yeah, it definitely has been a lot of help now to get those points back that I need.
Yeah, and with those great performances today and maybe the better internet going forward, how are you feeling about just generally about your chances going forward in the league? How do you feel about the matches coming up and where you stand right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be tough. At least I feel like it was important to get some points today, and like it didn't really start too well as I lost against Strefan 2-0. But yeah, I'm definitely still like in a good position to be able to reach like the MAAs and stuff. So that's my main objective as of now. The World Cup is gonna be a little bit rough, as I think some people have mentioned that it's probably gonna be, the threshold is gonna be like around 1.8, 1.9 points per game, which is a bit hard. But I mean, if I'm able to like keep the momentum going in the next weeks, I could maybe also at least try to hit to that point, but I'm still pretty far off. But yeah, my main objective is to get to the MAAs, and
Yeah, a lot of points can be added to the world ranking in those majors, so definitely not out of it. And really good stuff this weekend, and I'm excited to see more comeback from you soon. Clement, thank you so much for talking to us, man. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
What a guy. Lovely to speak to him. My first time speaking to him. So really nice to see. But guys, that's going to be it for us today. That's the end of our broadcast. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, I've been your host, Bloom, joined by Jake Lyons. Jake, as always, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, can we get some love in the chat for Bloom? This man drove through fire and flame back to LA to get these casts in both last night and this morning. So, legend. Let's get some love in the chat for the man himself. And
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I did. I
dedication.
Came back into the fire to give you some GeoGuessr, and then I'm leaving later today. But had to do it. Got to be here. Love being here too much. So thanks for the shout out, Jake. Guys, that's it for us. We'll take a little quick talk about the GeoGuessr World Cup that's going to be coming up. Guys, again, we'd love you to get some tickets. We'd love to see you there. Do join us August 29th through 30th in Copenhagen, Denmark. It's going to be a great time. And again, for the remainder of the World League, all Twitch subscriptions are going to be added to the overall prize pool. Fun stuff. Love to see you there. But guys, that's it from us today. Again, much love. We'll see you next weekend, guys. I've been Bloom, and as always, peace.
Bye.
Thanks, GeoGuessr, for letting me become part of your world so quickly, and that I got a chance to see Blinky lift the trophy after that insane grand final. It was an experience I'll never forget. So now, with 2025 right around the corner, I have an idea.
Now, don't get me wrong, I love Sweden. We've already had the World Cup there twice. GeoGuessr 2025 World Cup. Denmark. So to all you GeoGuessr fans out there, let me show you what Copenhagen has to offer. Fancy architecture. Easy to recognize signs. We have historic buildings. Red roads. A royal family. World-class dining. And super cool theme parks. We got the best beer in the world. Presumably. So, when you're done exploring the city, when you've tasted all the varieties of smørrebrød and you've found out the true meaning of hygge, we'll meet here.
Where Winston Churchill laid the foundation of what would become the European Union.
Long live the cause of freedom.
Where big-time artists like Rolling Stones, Louis Armstrong and the Beatles have performed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I welcome you to Copenhagen and the KB Hall, the venue of the 2025 GeoGuessr World Cup Finals. Oh, and there will be a bar.